Hello,
welcome to the Bible Podcast. My name is Kevin Francis. Skip
it up and down up.
Welcome, everybody, to the Pipeline Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by my co-host, Camrin.
Hi.
And what are you going to call yourself this time, you fuck?
Edward Scissorrocks.
Edward Scissorrock.
Don't know if I like that name, but we'll stick with it, Edward.
What do you got?
I got...
Kevin?
Yeah.
What's the Kev in? What's it in?
I don't think you want to know.
What's it in?
It's not appropriate.
He's in me.
But I'll tell you anyway. My urethra. Today we're going to be talking about our favorite anime. And this should come as no surprise to anybody, but I'm going to get mine out of the way. Ghost Stories. Just kidding. That's not my favorite anime, but it is a pretty good one.
It's only good because of what happened.
Why?
Just take out his foot.
Leave the torch alone.
All right.
All right, what? Huh?
What's talk? What's your...
You talk.
Well, we know what our favorites are. We don't have to say those right away, but just...
Name a good
Just
one.
good anime in general, man,
Yeah.
because animation is my life.
And
since
we all know each other's top ones, we'll save those.
What was yours again?
I can't say it out loud.
Got him. I almost said it. Oh, he got you.
Is it mine or Kevin's?
No.
No?
No.
What's it
No.
start with?
You know what it starts with.
I don't.
I know what his favorite is.
Okay.
Eren Yeager.
Eren Yeager.
Eren Yeager. Can't go.
Attack on Titan.
Eren Yeager.
Well, since I mentioned it, let's jump on Attack on Titan. What do we think about Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan, I'm not into it, honestly.
You're not into Attack on Titan?
No, not really.
I was really into the first season, and it just kind of like, as it went on.
You know me and time skips, and the newest season does this time skip. I hate it. I hate when, like, a season ends of an anime, and it's, like, right at a part you've been waiting for the whole time, and then it just... Next season comes up, you're like, all right, let's get into it, and all of a sudden, what, 5 years later, you're like, but... Okay, no.
Why did it take him 15 years to get to the basement?
Yeah.
What about One Piece?
One Piece? That's
One
one. That's
Piece.
like that's in my
One Piece
top
has
10
a
for
2-year time skip. in
Yeah,
there.
but I mean, it's not.
They did their time skip well.
Yeah, and
It's
just
all it was training montage.
not only that, but like they did it good because it's. I mean, we see Luffy train how many times throughout the anime, like
Yeah.
full on. So, I mean, I can't really cut them much credit for not.
And plus, I
having
think
them.
everybody needed a time skip because everyone was crying after Ace's death.
Yeah,
we
people are gonna
needed
need
time to move on.
Like even the time skip, Luffy was still fucked over it.
Yeah,
he was
dude.
so mad at himself.
Oh my
Yes, it
god.
should be. Well, wait, what do you think about Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan, I'm okay with it. Like I don't despise it. I think it's okay anime. Like I liked the first season a lot. The second season was kind of, and then the third season I didn't really stick to it.
People were telling me throughout like the third season when it was airing, they were like, "There's one part in it that's terrifying." I was like, "Okay, I guess it gives me a reason to watch it again." And I get to the scene people are talking about, and it just didn't affect me. Like I had to ask what it was for him to tell me what it was, and I was like, "Oh, okay." But it's the scene where one of the characters is going down the stairway in a building. And he opens a basement door, and there's like 3 Titans in that basement, and they start crawling up at him, and he like shuts the door and runs away. But that didn't even make me jump. I was just like, oh hey, they're Titans, because Titans don't scare me. Like
No, they're just...
they're like
people.
really derpy.
I think the scariest thing I've seen in Attack on Titan is when the ape Titan squats down and has that smile on his face when he's looking at a human. I was like, that's kind of eerie. What are you planning on doing with that poor boy?
You shouldn't have done that. You're just a boy.
The scariest moments in that show are when the Titans have some semblance of intelligence. It's always the
Yeah.
special Titans.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh!
Oh,
it's
shit.
not the same thing. Like Annie's Titan when like they first appear and someone goes for her neck, and then she has like the hand cover.
Oh my
And it's like,
god. And then she catches that one guy and she's just fucking spinning him. And he's just body parts ripping off and shit. Cause
Talking about anime that disappointed me a little bit, since we're on Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Wow.
I wanted to talk about Tokyo Ghoul.
So You haven't seen it.
Yes, I have,
You
and
did
you
watch
lied
it?
to me.
I thought the ending of season 3 was good.
The ending?
The end.
You said halfway through he gets his memories back.
Was it not halfway?
No!
Did I lie?
No! You did lie. It wasn't halfway through.
Then I must have skipped a lot of it in my brain because most of if that's the case,
For
most
good
of
reason,
season 3
too.
sucked.
For good reason, too. 'cause
The end, I guess, the last quarter of season 3 was really fucking good. Everything before it though was
the
ass.
shittiest part is I waited through all of it because I was like, might as well know. And it just wasn't interesting. Like, the main character has had personality changes 3 times in the show. Like
Four,
at
four,
this
because he
point.
reverts back.
4. Well, no, because it's not a character. It's not a character.
No, okay.
change.
Yeah,
It's a-
it technically is because he
You're
goes
right.
back to his old personality.
You're
It's a
right.
change.
You're right.
Not
So-
even, because then he fuses his second personality with his first at by the end of 3.
Yeah.
So it is 4.
Yeah, it is 4. But
And then he fucks her.
but like the character changes for him just don't make much sense to me. I get why he.
I know what he did in the third one. I get why he did in the So I know why he did, in my opinion. The second season he did because he was trying to be colder and because of what Jason did to him, not you.
Yeah.
But,
No.
Yeah.
I remember what I did to that bitch.
Well,
You didn't
so
deserve
I
mercy.
understand the character change of just like basically not giving a shit at that point and just fucking anything that he doesn't care about.
Okay.
Like look what Jason did to him. Of course you're gonna grow that kind of mentality.
Yeah, but at the same
Don't mess
time,
with
like the people that
Yeah.
literally brought you up into being a cool, like
Yeah,
that
you just
brought you
fucking
in the
ignore
most
them.
in the most safe way possible. Like they took him into a coffee shop after almost dying from one. They saved him,
Yeah.
and they took him into their coffee shop, and he wakes up, and they literally nursed him back to health. Like,
Yeah, and then he
no
just fucking
questions
abandons him.
asked, nothing, and he's just like, I need to be colder. Screw you guys. I need to go. And they're like, will you talk to us? He's like, nah. Just like flies away.
Nah. And then he gets his best friend killed and he's like end of season 2 and all of a sudden season 3 starts. It's like, hey, I don't have my memory. I don't know who I am. I'm somebody else. And it's like,
that's-
what the fuck?
That pissed me off. Like, I can't tell you how mad I got because I was actually excited for season 3. I was like, Tokyo Ghoul is actually getting really good.
I thought Kaneki was just gonna go on a fucking rampage
I thought too.
right then and there too.
I thought too. And then third season starts and I'm like, where? Come on, guys. Really?
Yeah, what's happening?
Really?
Where season 3 ended, that should have started.
Yeah. It should have. But on to good anime that I actually enjoy.
Tokyo Ghoul wasn't bad. It just didn't have good execution.
I always hear it just takes too long
Yeah,
to start up.
it does not have good execution. It's not bad storytelling. It's just bad execution.
Anime's badass. First 2 seasons I actually like a lot.
Yeah,
But the third season is why I don't like the show.
yeah. No, I get you.
Now, like, onto a decent anime that I thought is really, really good and that I started out with was Death Note.
Death Note. Death Note is a prodigy.
Yeah, dude. It's the one anime that isn't action that I can watch and all the way through be intrigued every time I watch it.
Yeah.
Because I always miss something. And I
Oh
like
yeah, I like rewatching it too, and like you're sitting there like, what's gonna happen next? I've seen this. Why can't I think of what's happening next? And then like shit hits the fan, and you're like, oh, that's how they dealt with it.
Yeah. Like, I forgot most of how Nier even solved
I didn't like
the
Nier.
case. I didn't either. Like, a lot of people don't like Nier.
Yeah.
For good reason, too. I mean, they expect us to just instantly understand, oh, he's gotten everything information-wise from L and his, like, little notebooks and shit. It's like, okay, but how did you get them?
Yeah, how?
How did you learn this? Were you spying on
It's because
L?
fucking what's his face, L's butler, wiped everything. He literally wiped everything, and the world didn't know L died.
Yeah.
How did they get that information? Like, they just knew? Oh, yeah, it's not the same guy because the way he handles cases, it's not L.
Death Note is by far, like, one of the most intriguing investigative shows ever.
Yeah.
Like, of all time. I
The
can't
live
think-
action sucked ass. It sucked ass.
Did you even watch it on Netflix?
Oh my god, I couldn't finish it.
I did.
I got to the scene where the fucking Ferris wheel was falling, and I was like, no, I'm done.
See, I saw the live action come out, and I was like, okay, this might actually work. Because, like, it's not over-the-top action. It's nothing crazy. You don't gotta do what the last Airbender did, where you pick up, like, 6 rocks with strings and slowly move it at someone. They got a chance to make it work. And it failed.
I love how they named the character Light Turner.
Light Turner.
Yeah, like
Fucking Timmy Turner.
I know, I know.
Fuck it. Who was the guy that played Green Goblin in Spider-Man? I can't remember his name.
Oh man, I can't remember either. I always fuck him up with Mark
Who?
Hamill.
The old guy who plays Green Goblin in the original
first
Spider-Man.
One, not the,
Yeah.
I don't remember. I know it was like James Franco did the second one.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, that actor playing as Ryuk. It was great. The way they wrote Ryuk sucked. Ryuk was very interested in Light and very fascinated what it was doing. In the live action, he was just like, I want you dead because you got my book, bitch.
Yeah,
I want you dead.
When am I gonna go back to the Shinigami realm? The whole thing about it was the Shinigami realm was just boring.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he dropped it in the first place. He didn't do that by accident. He just dropped it in.
He had an extra book, and he was like, fuck, let's see what happens.
He was like, I hate this place. Like, every Shinigami there hates that place.
I thought you meant the live action one, too. I was like, that's like the whole reason.
No.
No,
for the anime, I was like,
that's
like
no, in the live action one, that apparently that was his only book, which is why he wanted Light dead. And it's like, that's stupid. That's not what happened.
Not only that, but like, the whole reason the show made it good was because you got inside both L and Light's mind as they're doing this. Like, you're not witnessing it all like go down from an outside perspective. You're in both their heads, so you know exactly what both of them are thinking. And it has like the most intense game of tennis I've ever seen in my life.
Tennis.
That one show.
Chess. Kevin.
No,
Chess.
It's tennis.
Oh, is it tennis?
It's back and forth.
I thought he was like an analogy.
No.
I totally forgot there was a tennis thing.
I forgot about their tennis
It's the
match.
most intense game of tennis.
It's like you could have said basketball.
They did have a... Oh, no, that wasn't a chess analogy. It was just them standing on top of buildings. It was weird.
Dude, oh, yeah.
The homosexual tension in that scene
the
was
fuck
whack.
them rubbing each other's feet.
They weren't rubbing. They were drying each other off. But the way Light, like, he actually got his head super close to his feet.
Yeah,
and he was just like, rubbing them.
Cameron, no, stop. I don't need the example.
No one's seeing what's happening.
But don't the Shinigami get like life force for every name that goes in the books?
Yeah.
That's how it's kind of weird in the movie that like he wouldn't like that. Like you're literally getting.
You don't have to do your job to get life.
Yeah, like this kid's just doing it for you. Let him go.
Yeah, and L in the live action is way dumber than in the.
Do you think if Misa wasn't a thing, Light would have beat L a lot sooner?
Yes.
Yeah, you think so?
No.
No?
I take that back. And it's only because he needed her Shinigami for the plan.
No, that only happened though because of her. A lot of shit hit the fan because she showed up, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like that.
Yeah,
increased...
he had to get that guy who he's like delete.
Yeah,
They had to get them in because of Misa.
Yeah.
To like get him off of the track, because now they were like, oh shit, why is she with you all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's because they were like, well, if Light is Kita, maybe his new girlfriend might be writing for him when he's here with us.
Yeah.
Maybe. No.
And he was like, all right, got to get another person involved.
And I think it's because of Misa they found the first notebook, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Cameron and I can agree when I say that Misa was way more tolerable in the show, as annoying she was, than in the movie. Because in the movie, they see Light's dad on stage in a conference he's having on TV, and he's like talking about the case, and Misa's just like, you should kill him right now. He was like, no, that'll obviously like. He's like, no, it'll lead him off the track. Nobody would kill their own father, and he's like. He actually thinks about it for like a second, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" Light loved his dad in the show, in the anime adaptation. And we could go on and on about how like the live action movie wasn't as good as the anime version, but we're talking about the anime version.
Even though Light was screaming and crying not because of his dad's death, but because he couldn't tell him Mellow's name.
Yeah.
He's like, "Fuck, Dad! You had one job." You know, I'm just supposed to make you proud. Make me proud.
For an anime because what was that not like one of the first like huge anime that hit America? Like once it came out in America,
they came out 2008.
Yeah.
So no.
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 It came out in 2008.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Maybe I'm just remembering it more like.
You had Dragon Ball, Bleach, Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon.
Yeah.
You got to remember, Death Note was one of the Adult Swim animes that would pop up in the middle of the night. And then you have all the animes that the kids would watch, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and all that type of
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, Bleach isn't that bloody, but that was still considered an Adult Swim anime because the amount of blood it had in it.
You say it's not bloody, but one swing and
Well,
like
yeah.
flooding out.
What I mean by not that bloody, it's like.
But let's move on to Bleach.
Oh yeah,
I like
we'll
Bleach.
move on
You
to
like
Bleach.
Bleach? I'm gonna let you guys talk
You
about
don't like
this.
Bleach?
I don't know enough yet.
Well, wait, before we cut from Death
Yes.
Note, who's your favorite character in Death Note?
Ryuk.
Ryuk?
Yeah.
What about you?
Apple Heats.
Apple Heeds?
Yes.
Ryuk is pretty cool. I like that Ryuk just kills Light in the end. He's all, well, there we go. No.
Wait.
I thought.
No,
Oh,
Light was
Light.
bleeding out, and then
I was thinking
Ryuk
of
just
Kira.
decided, I'm going to take the rest of them and write them into Death Note.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first anime I saw sexual assault happen, like on screen, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, wow.
That's not okay."
But yet,
What's going on with the
fuck,
screen?
we were on Bleach?
It's feedback
yeah.
replay.
It's okay though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Nothing bad's happening. But yeah, in Bleach, I'm trying to rewatch. It's so fucking hard. There's so much filler. And just trying to beat around
There
the
is a
bush
lot of filler.
and all the filler is a pain in the ass. Like, fucking, there's the whole thing when the captains show up to protect the real world from Aizen from getting the fucking thing. And, like, and then it cuts to, like, 10 episodes of complete bullshit of, like, that takes place before all of that happened. I was like, what is, you can't do this in the middle of an
There
intense
is-
moment.
There is a ton of filler in Bleach, but I do like when they actually have it going.
Oh my god, the actual fights, the actual storytelling is good. Just stop
Would you
it.
compare the amount of filler to the amount of filler that's in
It's worse.
Boruto?
It's worse.
In Boruto.
It's worse.
Boruto,
Dude,
Boruto's first like multiple episodes were filler, but now it's like going.
Yeah,
First multiple
so-
episodes in the sense of like, because I heard at episode 1 something of Boruto is where is
when the manga
It's
kind of kicks
mainly
in.
filler. No, it's mainly filler. But they were writing Boruto, the show, before the manga even was ready to go.
okay.
And you also got to remember, Boruto's filler is from the beginning, and it kind of has character progression and build up. Bleach will legit show
Yeah.
a fight, go 5 years in the past, and then play shit again, and then
No.
go back to where it was.
No. There's too many beach episodes in Bleach.
Yeah.
Boruto did a lot of slice of life stuff at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's cute because it's like, okay, that's the world Naruto fought for.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's neat. I didn't mind watching. I watched like 40 episodes of it. And I
get
was like,
that.
it's getting a little stale now at this point, Sarada did like one cool fight in that time. Where she had this really cool, she was fighting this chick that was using lightning on water. And she reflected her Sharingan off the water to hit the chick with a Genjutsu. And I was like, that's sick.
That's
She
hot.
also does it with some guy on a sword. She like reflects it off the sword as he looks down to like slice her. So it's really cool how they're like being like creative with it still.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's getting like really like good. Like,
So
Naruto's got like
What?
a lot more fights going
Come
on.
back to Bleach because we can talk
I was
more about.
I was
Naruto
about
later.
to say.
Oh, that was Boruto.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Boruto.
I was about to say, for people who haven't watched Boruto, Cameron, or not Boruto, sorry. Bleach.
Yeah.
For people who haven't watched Bleach, should they? I want them to avoid the mistake I made. Should they watch the dub or the sub first?
So
Getting into it, you don't know anything.
They're not. Neither one is that bad.
No.
The dub isn't that bad. Okay.
I think Kevin's
The-
a
the
slight sub elitist.
Yeah.
No, I'm not actually.
I think you
I'm
are.
Not. I'm not though.
It's because
I rarely
you
hear
can
this
hear the
man
voice.
praise
You
dub.
can
I
hear the
do.
voice acting in the dub, and I kid you not, it's probably about the same for the sub.
Is it really?
It's not much.
Well,
different.
like the thing is, like I hear how like half-assed they put
Well, it's-
emotion into
I
their voices,
don't think
and
they
I've not seen the
expected-
sub, so
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
I don't
you.
think they expected the show to do as well as it did in the beginning.
All right.
And as you kind of watch, you can definitely tell like the difference in like quality when it
Yeah.
comes to voice acting.
Yeah.
Like, when Ichigo gets his hollow form, the way he yells and the echoes in it, when he swings, it's fucking cool. I love it.
See, I love the Dragon Ball dub. I love the Black Clover dub. I love My Hero's dub over the sub. I love
I know.
It's all
I know.
No.
what? I love Death Note sub or dub over sub.
Wait.
Dub
No,
over
Death
sub.
Note dub has some of the most like memorable quotes in it.
Memeable anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll take this
Just
chip
Chip and
and
eat
it. What do you think of that, Al? This is my perfect victory. I love those.
Wait, honestly though, like one of the coolest fights in Bleach was a filler episode, and I was actually quite surprised.
The Kenpachi one?
Yeah, Kenpachi versus that guy with that rainbow aura
There's the
or whatever.
light bulb thing
Yeah.
around it. I knew it. Yeah, that one's great.
It's a really good fight. So, like, to give you context, Kevin, because you don't know what's really happening, Kenpachi became captain of the 13
11.
court squads.
11.
He became captain of Squad 11, and the only way to become captain without reaching Bankai and, like, being accepted, you have to kill a captain while being observed by, I think, 5 high ranks and 100 other people, and Kenpachi's the only one to ever do it. And the guy that I'm talking about that Kenpachi fights, he was like that captain's best student, and he hates Kenpachi. He wants that fucker dead for what he did, and Kenpachi's just like,
Kenpachi is just the definition of like, it don't matter what they throw at me. I'm a tank.
Dude, literally one of my favorite moments with Kenpachi is the fact that he's sitting there, he gets the shit beat out of him, and he's just laying on the ground, like bleeding out, and the guy's like, finally, he's down.
Yorokyo,
Yeah,
whatever, the
and-
number 5 guy?
Yeah, and he like turns around to like finish off Ichigo, and then he hears Kenpachi stumble back up, and he goes, "Oh, you're still standing, are you? You haven't had enough?" And he goes, "Oh, no, I was just thinking, swinging with 2 hands is stronger than one." And he's like,
And then he
"Of course it is,
one-shots
dumbass!"
him.
And then he one-shots the guy.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Oh my god, his first appearance though when he fights Ichigo at the beginning was just wild, because he's like, yeah, no, go ahead and you can cut me first, I can tell you're weak, no big deal.
Yeah,
Ichigo like stabs into him, does nothing.
yeah. Ichigo swings at him so hard that it causes his hands to bleed.
and I
it
think
does
his sword
nothing.
cracks. I think his sword
Yeah.
cracks from it too.
And fucking, and then later in the fight, Ichigo starts sharpening his spiritual pressure, and he starts cutting Kenpachi a little bit, and Kenpachi is like, "You think you can cut me? I think that means anything?" And then Ichigo is just like, "Well, yeah, if I could cut you, I could beat you." And Kenpachi puts his blade to Ichigo's blade, and Ichigo's blocking it like a greatsword. And Kenpachi's like, "That don't mean shit." And he stabs through his sword and stabs Ichigo in the heart and rips
Yeah.
it out, and he goes, "You ain't nothing." And he goes to walk away, and then Ichigo just gets this like a
Big
main character
main
plot
character
armor
boost, yeah.
boost. And he gets back up, and Kenpachi's like, "Ooh, he stopped the bleeding. This is going to be interesting." And then he takes off his eye patch. Then when he takes off his eye patch, he swings at the building next to him and cuts it clean in half, and it starts falling. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
Dude, the movies for Bleach are incredible.
Are they? I'll
They
have
are
to check
good.
them
They're
out.
good.
I'll have to check
They
them
are
out.
good.
What am I-
Purely just for Kenpachi.
Dude.
Like, Kenpachi's such a fun character. In the first movie, there's like this giant,
It's a city.
massive city tower thing that this dude's chilling in, and he buries Kenpachi under it. And
No,
then
Kenpachi dives off the edge into it.
he's fighting someone, but he gets buried on top of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then later on, he just lifts the whole thing because he finally took his eye patch off, and he's just laughing as the whole thing's moved up.
The best part too is before he like went to dive in. Toshiro? Toshiro was like, "Kenpachi, don't!" And you hear him just like jump off the cliff.
Y'all want a soda?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'll take one.
I'm okay.
I'm kind of thirsty.
Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, don't lie to yourself.
Give me the DP, the DP,
Double
the
penetration.
double penetration
Yes.
of the DP. But yeah, out of everything though, like Kenpachi's definitely one of my favorite characters. I think he's fucking hilarious. I
Yeah.
love him a lot. What about you, Jay? That's your favorite Kenpachi?
Yeah, Karen was like, "You're gonna love this guy."
Yeah, it's
Right.
because at the time you were telling me about like how you like Chad and everything, and I think I saw Kenpachi first, and I was like, Jason.
You're gonna like this guy a lot more than you like Chad.
Now, anime. Are you
Yeah.
guys done with that talk?
Anime.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we're good.
Okay, so anime.
So
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Bleach should just be replaced with Kenpachi.
Yeah, it's,
There is
it's
a
not.
God, because there's a good filler for Kenpachi too, where he's fighting on that medical lady with the black hair, big old black
Yeah,
hair.
yeah,
She
yeah.
turns out to be a former Kenpachi, and she keeps battling him and healing him until like he gains all this power, and then he realizes he can talk to his sword finally.
Yeah,
After all that, sorry, we're just Kenpachi simps.
dude, and I love it when Kenpachi awakens his Bankai. It's just like a black form, and he crawls on all fours and shit. And he has a giant axe, and he just.
Yeah, sorry, The show, Kenpachi is a great anime.
Okay, so anime.
Kenpachi.
Yeah, Kenpachi.
Yes.
So anime.
Kenpachi.
Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, I was talking to Kevin about this earlier today.
Jujutsu Kaisen's really good.
Okay, my favorite thing about Jujutsu Kaisen was what I was telling Kevin with the abridged thing. Because with a lot of abridged stuff, I was telling him, I feel like they're really good at making the interactions between characters feel realistic when they're talking to each other. A lot of animes don't feel like that.
Yeah.
It feels weird when most characters have conversations.
I find it hilarious that the main character and that buff guy became best friends in like episode 2. Or the second
Toto?
time they meet. Yeah.
Toto?
Is that the buff guy? The guy that fights shirtless?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Toto. But like I was saying though, Jujutsu Kaisen has a very realistic feel to it with how every character speaks to one another.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what like really like got me into the show. Cause leave it alone.
They even cuss
Oh well,
naturally.
while he's ripping it.
Oh,
They,
okay.
they
Oh, I
even
see what
cuss
you're saying.
naturally in that show. Like I don't think I've seen an anime dub cuss so naturally. Like those like, for example, in the dub, there was this part where the woman with the hammer, she got in a hostage situation with the
Laura, yeah.
yeah. So she's like right there, and she was like, "God damn it, I'm sick of this shit." And I'm just like, I don't hear any anime say that.
Before that, Itadori is with her on the stairs, and she like insults him.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Don't call me that," and then he suddenly just says the B word, like,
He's
all
like,
quietly, not trying to get her
bitch.
attention.
Yeah.
Don't call me that, bitch.
It's like Gojo, dude. He's the most like laid back talking character in that entire show.
Yeah, I
That's
think-
Kevin's favorite character. Is that
Gojo.
yours?
Gojo, yeah,
The
I
guy
fucking
with the
love
blindfold?
Gojo. Yeah, he's hilarious.
My favorite character is Maki, that green haired girl with the glasses.
Yeah,
I just think she's a very relatable character.
I like how cocky Gojo is too. Like,
Well, when you're that powerful.
yeah. Well, what I mean is like when he fights, who is it?
Sukuna?
Yeah, Sukuna. When he fights Sukuna for the first time, and then like he's talking to Itadori after, and he's just like, "Who do you think's stronger, you or Sukuna?" And he goes, judging by how we fought, if he was at full power, I still think I'd beat him. And I'm just like, oh my god.
No, it's actually pretty cool, like the world building they have subtly in that show. For example, in the very first episode, or in the second episode, right when the demon and fucking Gojo fight for the first time, he's like, "Give me 10 seconds with him, and I'll show him what I can do." And he like switches him on, and he starts going crazy. Like he starts laughing and talking about how he wants to eat people again. And he like looks at Gojo, and he's like, "Oh, hey there." And he was like, he like instantly zooms up to him, and he's like, "Since I'm with my student, I want to show off a bit." And so he starts like flinging around him, and he throws him into a railing. And what he says like gives a lot of lore. He's like, "God, it doesn't matter what generation you guys are, you soldiers are always such a pain in the ass." And it like it goes on to show you like this has been a thing going on for centuries, not just like, you know, it just recently started and it's a modern thing.
Yeah.
Which I want to know who could take on that demon way back when. I want to know like what he means by that, because apparently, obviously, people have gotten in its way before.
Yeah.
So I want to know.
Well,
more
I'm
about
sure he
this
had a
world.
build up before he got powerful, but who
Yeah.
knows?
But it might not have also just been one person that
Yeah.
fought him. I think there was an army type thing that was happening. Because there was something saying, like, they were doing pretty good with, like, keeping the demon stuff down.
Yeah.
And then Sukuna was like, alright.
The animation in the show is awesome.
It's pretty good,
It's
yeah.
pretty good
It's
for
not
a
quite
brand new
Demon
show.
Slayer, but it
No.
is good.
I'd put it along lines of like One Punch Man in terms of fluency, or like even Shippuden
I think One Punch Man does dip off a little bit sometimes.
in season 2.
Yeah,
Well,
season 2.
they dip off a little bit, but it's still good.
In season 1, not a beat escape.
You
dude.
cannot tell me season 2's Goro versus
Tank Top
yeah,
Master.
Tank Top Master. That was a hot fight.
I don't want to talk about it
really
yet.
good.
I actually want to bring One Punch Man up next if we can.
Yeah,
like while we're on Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, it's interesting though that, like, the creator says so themselves that they based it more off Bleach.
Yeah,
Did they?
Jujutsu Kaisen's based off
I feel
Bleach.
like it's heavily influenced by Naruto.
No. If you really think about it, so Bleach revolves around Soul Reapers hunting Hollows, basically special people fighting demons. You got Jujutsu Kaisen, who is special people fighting
it
demons.
might just be that Itadori seems
And they
a lot
have-
like Naruto than anything.
Yeah, it's because then they have
bar feels kinda
the
like
spiritual
Sakura.
stuff in both shows that are basically the same thing. If you have high spiritual power, then you're strong, and that's in both shows. In both shows, they mention that. I forgot what it's called. It's called like Curse or something like that in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Curse energy.
Yeah,
It's pretty simple.
Curse energy is exactly the same as spiritual energy. The way they talk about it and reference it in Bleach.
One of my
Spiritual
favorite.
pressure.
One of my favorite lines in that show is when that guy who like sews up like stuffed animals and shit and like
yeah.
turns them into demons.
I think.
Yeah.
So I love when he's like after he fights the main character, the main character is all like tuckered out. He's like talking to him, and he's like, "God, no wonder your grandfather decided to die and leave you here." And he's like, "Whoa, you say some harsh things, old man."
You say some harsh things, old man.
Just that step back, and he's like, damn.
One thing that I couldn't help but laugh at was that robot that they fight in their little exam thing. The
I don't
panda
remember.
bear.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then like it pans to the guy who controls the robot, and he's like, "I was born with like no legs, and my body doesn't work right, and my skin can't even look at the moon without burning." And I was like, "Why does this remind me so much of that guy from SpongeBob?" It's like every night I
Glass
break
man?
my legs, and every morning I break my arms.
A man made of glass.
Yeah, I was born with paper skin and glass bones. I just couldn't help but like laugh the whole time while
Just
he was
falls down the
talking.
stairs. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. No, that I find it funny though how they're just like how Gojo convinces Itadori, yeah, no, we'll keep you being alive a secret, and we're gonna surprise your friends at the right moment. They're gonna be so happy. And then when he pops up, everybody's just like, and the whole time Itadori's like, did anybody miss me?
It's like
He's
they
just
knew
so
you for like a
sad.
day and a half.
Yeah. It's fucking great.
I love that guy. I don't remember any of these names.
Black
I'm
hair guy?
terrible with names.
Megumi?
Yeah.
Black hair guy?
Yeah, the guy who summons shadow
Yeah.
animals. I like the way he uses his power, and I even like how what's the demon's name?
Which one?
The one that controls the main character.
Sukuna.
Yeah, Sukuna.
Sukuna. All right.
You told me that.
I know, right? But I'm just terrible with names. So Sukuna, I love when he's fighting him, the black-haired character.
Oh,
and
he's just thrashing him. He
he's
pulls out Itadori's heart
yeah,
before the fight.
Yeah,
holds
he's
it
like-
hostage. He's like,
Yeah.
all right.
No, he doesn't hold it hostage. He takes it out and just throws it. He's like,
Yeah,
fuck it.
yeah.
He's dead if I stop now.
He even gives him pointers on how to use his power. He was like, I think I just figured out how you use your creatures. And he's like, oh yeah? I don't think it'd matter now. He's like, no, but if they're made out of shadows, you could have been
I
using
think-
the entire environment to your advantage.
I feel like a lot of Itadori's personality is forming with Sukuna, and I don't think he realizes it.
Not
What do you mean?
Well, it's because Sukuna, from episode 1 till now, Sukuna has changed in, like, personality-wise. He's not as conquery. And, like, episode 1...
He's holding off.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just waiting for
Well,
the
yeah,
time.
even though he's waiting, he still had the chance to not have to wait.
And we don't even know what, like...
Yeah, he does. He
No.
doesn't know where all his fingers are.
No, no. So what I'm getting at is like, Itadori, when after Sukuna had beaten the one creature with the weird eyes and shit
Yeah.
that like Sukuna terrified him.
I wanna talk
he
about
waited,
that after you're done.
He waited for Itadori to take his body back, and he was like, "Oh, so you're not gonna do it? You can't take it back? I wonder what's happening."
I know, and then he
and-
goes after the...
Yeah, and
the
he could have
black-haired
killed
dude.
him. He
Yeah.
wanted to kill him from like episode 1, like before. Literally, when that fight happened, when he took over Itadori's body, his plan was to take that creature to the black hair guy, so Itadori would have to transform back, and it wouldn't matter what he did anyway.
Yeah.
He wanted that kid to die. He
Yeah.
didn't give two shits. But even though he had the chance to literally kill him and leave with Itadori's body, he let it go.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. I feel like some
Well,
of
he was in
Itadori's...
such a giddy mood. He even said, he was like, I'm in such a happy mood, I don't think I want to kill you yet.
Yeah, no, but I feel like Itadori's personality is definitely rubbing off on him in some way or some form.
But
I don't
but
know.
I
I'm
think
skeptical.
that's more just almost like showing like a kid mercy. Like it's not really just about.
I feel like
anything
near
else.
the end, we're gonna have like a Naruto and a Naruto and Ninetales situation.
Oh, but it's not inspired by Bleach.
it's
It's not inspired by Naruto. I'm just
That's what the creator said. I don't know what
It's
to
not
tell
my
you.
fault that it's Naruto based. Actually,
This show is really it's centered in
Wait,
realism.
the eye fight thing first.
Oh no, I just wanted to say like it's centered in realism because of how Ichidori reacted when he was like, "I'll hold this demon off in the temple." He's like, "I'll hold him off while you run and get help." And like, I'll meet
And
you
then
out
Itadori
there.
started having
His
like a
arm
panic
blown
attack.
off.
Yeah, dude, he starts getting his ass handed to him, and he just starts freaking out. He's like, "I don't want to die. I'm gonna die with so many regrets. I didn't do this. I didn't do this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "This is the one anime I've seen like a character like literally have a crisis while they
A mental breakdown because he's
Yeah.
about to die.
Yeah.
And there's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point, like the demon was like, all right, fine. You know what? I'll just take over.
Yeah, that
now."
eye demon was just like laughing it up.
If you want to talk about it though, Light had a mental breakdown at the end of Death Note. Like he had a big mental breakdown.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We'll go ahead with that fight that you were talking about.
I think that was it.
No, I was just gonna say like when he broke down, his figure started disintegrating, but Sukuna came out,
Yeah.
and that demon was like, "Wait a minute!" Like, where
Yeah, I
did
love
this
how
come from?
terrified that demon gets.
Yeah, dude, he starts sweating.
And I love how Sukuna's like, this is the highest ranked demon?
I love it when the demon shoots a thing at him and Sukuna grows the arm back and blocks it. He goes, "Shit!" Grew back his other hand too.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to heal him. I love like while he's talking to that demon, he's like trying to form a plan with it. He's like, "All right, you can't leave this spot, so I guess we'll drag the kid back here, saying we killed you." And then it just like shoots something at him while he's talking, and he's like, "Oh, I grew his hand back. I didn't mean to heal him." And he's like, "But you, I guess I could do this without you." And he grabs him and just slams him.
He just completely mollywops the roles of panicked, terrifying scenes because you're about to die switched fast.
And he only has like, what, 2 fingers at that point?
Yeah.
Something ridiculous.
No, I think it was still one. I think he did get a second finger from
Gojo.
From Gojo.
Gojo feeds him the finger.
Yeah. You right.
That's so gross.
I know.
The finger. Only because it's a finger. No, only because that's that massive claw at the end of it. So he's got to like get his throat scratched all the way down. Just like,
It's probably, you know when you got that itch in the back of your throat?
That's
Probably
it.
why he did it. He was like,
It's the only reason he ate it. He didn't mean to eat it. He was trying to scratch that itch and he dropped
He
it.
was like, might as well die, happy man.
I do like, I can't remember that kid's name that gets turned into a weird blob thing by that guy with the white hair at the school. Can't remember his name. But I did really like that interaction between Itadori and Sukuna. Because he's like, "Please, you can have whatever you want. You can take over my body forever, just save." And Sukuna's like, "No."
He's like, "I'm not going to help you."
No. Yeah.
Like, it's a genuine hate that Sukuna has for him.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I don't know if he's going to get buddy-buddy with him, personally.
Well,
And
that's-
I hope not.
that's-
I don't think it fits.
Well, that's why I feel like some of his personality must be rubbing off on Sukuna, because if he generally hated him, he would have killed his friend. Like, I feel like even though he was in a good mood, he hates his host. He still would fuck with him.
They signed a deal before.
No.
That. Yeah, they did.
No.
They did.
They did.
He didn't sign a
No,
deal
they
when he
didn't.
went to
No,
kill
they
him.
didn't.
It happened after. They signed the deal after he died. After Itadori died. Then they signed the deal and he healed him.
happens after.
No, yeah, what I'm talking about was Sukuna leaving his friend alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I meant the one that's turning into whatever. Yeah, they already had a deal at that point, though.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. No, yeah, yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the meme I showed Kevin earlier where we were at the restaurant with the guy that can speak and spell. He talks to you and you do what he says or whatever. With the buff guy is like, "Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight," and he pulls out his mask, "Shit yourself." And he's like,
I want to see more Panda.
Panda?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Panda.
There's 3 of them.
"There's Panda Express."
Yeah,
No.
he's 3 different souls in one body.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Two bros and 1 sister. The sister
True.
looks crazy. She's the freaky looking one.
Yeah.
The gorilla. Yeah, the gorilla.
Can
That's
we
what
talk
it is.
about Gojo now and gush about all the scenes he's in?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
On to the next
No.
anime.
Yeah, so the only voice actor I didn't like in the dub really
Was
the
Gojo. No, I'm kidding.
was the volcano guy.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
wasn't
He
very
sounds
good.
weird. He doesn't
He's like,
fit.
"Oh my god,
Yeah, he's always like
Trent."
yeah, always trying to go crazy.
He's-
Like,
he's
I'm
so-
gonna burn everybody
He
in
sou-
this restaurant.
sounded
Yeah.
like Joseph Joestar from fucking
JoJo's.
JoJo, yeah. Oh my god!
when he gets like, I love when when Gojo shows that demon what infinity is.
Yeah.
And he was like, because at that point he was like, all right, come close. He's like, he gets really close to him, and he actually makes contact with his body and blows the area up. And he's like, the smoke clears. He comes out all Dragon Ball style. And he's like, what? I knew I touched you. If I make contact with somebody, they die no matter what. I touched you. How did you survive? He was like, well, it's infinity. And he was like, what? He was like, come here. And he like holds out his hand. And he's like, what? He's like, come here, come on, I won't bite. He like shakes his hand out, and he's like, in his head, he's like, I don't sense any malicious intent from this guy. Guess I'll go with it. And he walks up, and he like puts his hand to Gojo's hand, but it stops like an inch away. And he's like, what is this? And he's like, well, your hand didn't stop. It's just moving really slowly, and the closer it gets to me, the slower it moves. And he's like, what? He's like, see, try to pull it out. Pull out your hand. He's like, trying to pull it out. He's like, I can't. He's like, we can even hold hands if you like. And he interlocks his fingers with him, but like while he's like touching his hand, he's like, no, I refuse. He's like, come on, don't be shy. You're making me insecure too.
Gojo's another level, and I love him.
He just fucking makes the dude fly.
I like the originality aspect to domain expansions.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a really unique like ability that happens.
That reminds me a lot of Naruto, though.
Why?
The genjutsus.
Yeah.
Like Itachi's Tsukiyomi. Is it Tsukiyomi?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tsukiyomi. Which is funny because that's not even the strongest genjutsu.
No. The strongest.
Freaking shishly.
We'll get on that.
But yeah, the only problem I have with domain expansion is like they can be broken by someone else's domain expansion, so it kind of feels like fights are just going to be one-sided.
As long as
in the future
with Sukuna.
With Sukuna, because I like how Sukuna treats Itadori like his property, and not really like anything else. Like, if you touch me again, you gonna die.
I know, dude, and he's like, he accidentally does it too.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
because Itadori goes in. Yeah. And Sukuna's like, so you challenging me again?
No, it wasn't Itadori. It was the demon Itadori was fighting.
Itadori goes in to help the teacher.
Yeah, because...
So he enters that guy's hand domain.
Yeah.
And Sukuna's like, so you thought you could challenge me a second time today?
No, wait, you don't get...
I love it.
He shat his pants.
Dude,
as soon
the
as he
first
saw
time,
it.
the first time it happened, he shat his pants.
Well, he didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
And he was like, what is this? And then he sees the throne, and he's like, ah.
He's like, oh! And then Sukuna's just sitting up there. He's like, this is my domain.
He's
You
like,
touch
"What are
me
you
again, I
doing?"
will kill you. And then when it pulls out, he's just like... He's just...
I do like how Itadori did have some time to shine, sort of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he starts to explore his own cursed energy.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
The backlash.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a lag.
Yeah.
It's...
I love how Toto figures that out instantly, though.
yeah.
After he gets hit once, he's like, man, that got hit hard. Well, I feel like I got hit twice.
Dude, I thought that was super original. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
that's
and
cool.
then he has the idea, like, oh, if I headbutt him before his hand makes like a full like thrust, it won't
It's
hit me
done.
a second
It's
time.
over.
Yeah, and that's really smart. I like that.
Yeah.
Toto's one of my favorites.
I
because
think
he's really
Toto's
interesting.
fucking hilarious because when he meets Itadori,
When he meets
what
any
kind
guy-
of woman you like?
When he meets any guy, he asks what kind of woman do they like. What was Megumi?
Megumi was just like basically stating, I
like
don't care what she
personality?
looks like as long as she's nice and has a good personality. And he's like, wrong! And then when he meets Itadori, he's all, what kind of woman you like? I want a woman with nice tits and a nice ass. And he's all, we're gonna be best friends.
Yeah, and then he has like made up flashbacks to them being like best friends in high school, doing all these things together.
Yeah.
Dude,
Him helping him when he gets rejected from his crush. And
Yeah.
Itadori's like, it's okay, buddy. You'll find someone better. And he's like, you're such a good guy, Itadori.
Yeah, I love the fight that they have like pretty soon after that against the forest.
I like how they
creature.
hadn't even fought yet. And this is what's going through his head.
If anybody listening hasn't watched it yet, best anime of 2021?
2021, yeah.
Is
Best
it
anime
new?
of 2021?
New episodes, I think, are still coming out.
Is it no?
No?
It's taking its break. It just finished.
Oh,
this
did it?
season.
Okay, I got some more episodes to watch.
Oh, interesting though for the anime though. There was one guy who was like a big part of the team, and he died like pretty early on into the show's creation. So, in one of the intros, they had Itadori crying on one episode,
That's crazy cool.
and there's like this like pool beneath him. So it's really neat that they honor people like that.
Yeah.
Oh. That's cool.
And it's not dubbed by Funimation's team.
That means Vic can be it. Okay. Jump on the
Cam's a
whole
simp
thing.
for Vic.
We all are.
Yeah, the switch from Edward Elric to Broly. That's some talent right there. You can't tell me it's not.
I do like him as both those. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's such a good voice actor for Full Metal Alchemist. Dude, he does such a good job. His cries and screams and keeping that tone of voice the entire time while doing it, it's fucking great.
They should just have Ed just switch to Broly for one episode though. That would have been great.
All right. Well, we've been talking about that for like 30 minutes. Let's go on to...
Well, sorry that it's good.
It is good.
What would you guys rate it?
Right now, I would say solid 8. I like it a
9.
lot.
On the same level with the Demon Slayer movie, honestly, enjoyment factor-wise. Like,
9
the
and a
show
half.
in its entirety.
I'd say it's talking about Demon Slayer, but we did enough of that.
9.5.
Right
Well,
now,
we
the
could talk
podcast
about
is
the
blowing
show.
up.
We can
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about the show.
Yeah, but 9.5 for Jujutsu Kaisen because it does have a lot of original stuff.
Yeah.
And it does have a lot of really good character interaction with one another.
Yeah.
Especially at a time where it's like, so many things are out that it's hard to be original.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to be original. Like, even the story me and Jason are writing, it takes some concept, but we try to be original.
What do you guys think about Black Clover?
I have actually not seen it.
It's hard for me to continue watching.
Why?
I don't know. It's not, in my opinion, I feel like it's really fast paced in the sense of I haven't had a connection with the characters all too well.
All right. Well, that's one of my favorite anime, but since I'm the only one that
I
likes it,
think
won't
I'm
go into
probably
it too
better
heavily.
off with
It's still
reading
good.
the
I'm not going to say
manga.
it's bad. It's still good.
The animation is so
The
good.
animation is really
I think
good.
I might be better off reading the manga because I just don't like the constant Asta
Oh, yeah.
screaming all the
Do
time.
you watch the dub?
I tried both.
The
Hey,
They're
dub,
both
he
very
screams.
annoying.
He screams a lot in
the
both.
dub. I like his voice in the dub better than in the sub.
I'm watching it, Kevin. Keep
Yeah.
it track.
But like my favorite character in Black Clover though is Yami. I fucking love Yami.
Oh,
I
dude,
think he's
Yami's
awesome.
good. Piccolo.
Yeah.
He does the Piccolo.
You do the piccolo.
Yami look like Kami?
In one of our group chats, Dallas sent a picture of naked Yami, so I was like, no, I'm kidding.
Don't lie to,
Saw that
us,
schlong.
Cameron. Don't back out of it now.
Saw that schlong did not prove me wrong.
Did not prove me wrong. No. But no, yeah, Yami's a badass. I like him a lot.
What about One Punch Man?
Oh, wait. What's one of your favorite scenes from Black Clover?
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes from Black Clover right now that I've been that I remember fully is when he's fighting these crystal guys. They're crystal mages and fucking one of them has a spell to where he's like opening constant portals, so he doesn't know which way he's gonna get attacked from. So there are just a bunch of portals around Asta, and he's like, I gotta do something to like get his attention off guard. And he's like, I got it. He throws both of his weapons, like both his swords, out of his hands to go through portals, and he just like it distracts him, and he just fucking decks him in the face. And this dude is like, what? He decks him again. He's like, ah. Just he like looking at both of his swords and what portals they went into, and just like in an instant in his face. I was like, damn, that's pretty clever.
Anti-magic seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
It seems like a weird concept. Because it just seems like it's magic.
It's a magic cancel.
It's a
It's
magic canceler.
magically not magic.
Basically,
If you believe.
if we're wanting to like make an analogy, it's the analogy for like an EMP in a sci-fi world.
I know, I get what you're saying. I know what, like, the how it works.
I know, I get you know how it works. You're just saying it's magic.
But it's
Jason,
like saying
Jason.
an EMP doesn't emit an electric pulse.
Jason, plot armor.
Whatever.
Plot armor.
An electric-magnetic pulse does
Also,
not
it's
emit
just a fat
an
plot armor.
electric pulse. It's only magnets.
What'd you guys think of One Punch Man?
Sucked. Kidding. I'm kidding.
What?
I
No,
like it.
no.
Wouldn't be you'd be surprised. It's not the first time I would have heard that.
Who
What,
said it?
really?
Call him out. No, I'm
You
just
gotta.
I will.
Let's see.
It was
But,
Michaela.
but,
She was
yeah.
like, season 1 wasn't that great.
And you stuck your dick in that.
Well,
okay, let's not.
No, in One Punch Man.
Let's
No,
just
no.
go to One Punch Man.
for one, It was season 1 she didn't like, and I started watching season 2 around.
See, it's so bad he can't even talk about it. I know.
I started watching season 2 with her, and she was like, "Oh, this is good." Like, she saw Garu kick fucking Tank Top Master's ass, and then start going on
Fucking just rampage.
Ukakacho. That really bad fighter that fucking Silverbank has to train.
Yeah.
What?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Ukakucho?
I'm lost right now. Oh, is that the actual name?
No.
Okay, I was like, what?
Ukakacho.
I thought it was that big bug guy. Saitama fights in the guy's base or whatever.
No, that's
I was like, is that his
that's
name?
Kabuto. Carnage Kabuto was that guy's name.
I love how
Cameron remembers Carnage Kabuto.
I remember the name because Naruto, like Kabuto, was a big deal.
What do you guys think of One Punch Man? Like, seriously, on a
Okay,
serious
it's
note.
really good. I really like
I
it.
think it's pretty good. I think it has. It's pretty good for comedy.
Yeah, I
And
really
it is-
like
No!
watching
No!
the guy
No!
just over.
No! No! That's what I was gonna say.
You dick!
You can't take what I had in my mind.
I'm just reading your mind and saying it before you
He's
get.
just like transmitting the feed.
No! No!
I had to cut him off. I stopped thinking my thoughts. Cameron just got like,
That's why.
Vacuum into your face.
yeah.
That's why I paused because he started screaming no, and I lost track of what he
Yeah.
was thinking.
I started thinking of like the wall right there.
just
I was like, no!
I just started thinking no, and Cameron's like, no!
Cameron
No.
just started thinking back like, what's going on?
Go ahead, Jay.
Favorite character?
No. Okay. Hold on. But yeah, I do find it fun that they just go all in on like, yeah, this is the main character and he's overpowered.
Like, they don't need plot armor because
He is
He
armor.
is.
But people give an interesting theory as to how it works.
He's like
it's a
has some
world where, like,
divide power. Or
if
whatever.
you want something bad enough, like it can happen.
Yes.
So that's
I love how it's in the stupidest way possible, too.
one. Yeah, like the like I like how Genos insults Saitama's workout routine.
100 push-ups.
Yeah, 100 sit-ups, 100
100
squats,
100
and a 10-kilometer
It
run.
was a
every day.
100.
Was it?
No, it was 10
a
kilometer.
10. It was a
10
10.
kilometer. Yeah, a 6-mile run every day. And Genos is like, that's it.
That's basic strength training.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, it's true, and Genos cannot, no matter how hard he tries, reach that level because he fucked himself.
Yeah,
by
he's a
getting
robot.
cyborgs.
Well, that wasn't his fault, was it? I thought that was his like dad or something.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he asked him to be turned
Yeah,
into a cyborg.
He asked him so he could gain
It's been a
power.
bit.
Yeah.
So, like, he kind of just fucked himself. He was like, oh, I need to become stronger. Enhance me. And
But-
then he enhances himself, but he can't. He has a limit.
One thing I do really enjoy about One Punch Man is how Genos does feel like a main character, but also Mumen Rider.
Moomin Rider is so cool.
Yeah.
I love Mumen Rider so much.
He's cool.
I
like
like
him
his
a lot.
fight with Deep Sea King.
Yeah.
I always tell my little brothers, I'm like, that's how it feels when you guys try to fight me. It's not about winning or losing. It's about taking you on right here, right now. Yeah, see,
I love when because it's an emotional scene when Saitama shows up. Like, it turns in.
oh, I love their music.
Yeah.
Their music is impeccable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it's super good. But like Saitama catches him in the rain, and it's like they set up the atmosphere so well in that scene because he's like looking at how just torn apart Moomin Rider is. He's like, "Good job,
Looks
you
worse
had a
than-
good fight."
looks
And he looks
worse
like
than
Genos. Fucking Genos is just a fucking head.
Yeah, I love how Genos is ripped apart all the time.
Every fight. His father's just not done yet. He's like, all right, I guess I can. I have upgrades I can
I
do.
can go do this.
Did he even ask Genos in that moment? He's like, what happened to you? And he's just like, he's all melted and shit. Like, he's basically dead.
Saitama like one punches him, and he's like, Yeah, it was Moomin Rider that weakened him for me. Everybody else that like tapped in a fight before me, I just want to take all the credit.
I appreciate how Saitama does do that for the world around him.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't care about fame.
No.
Yeah.
He just wants to make a difference.
Yeah.
Like with King.
Or with the fucking tank top people.
Yeah.
Like he made himself look like a dick
Dude.
just so he could like.
Was it season 2 where they're doing the arcade thing? And Garo's in it against that one kick martial artist?
No, that's a OVA.
No.
That's an OVA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garo fights the kick martial artist in an OVA?
In
Yeah.
Oh.
Like an
It's in an
arcade
VR
thing.
arcade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I think Garo wins just barely. And then he just gets walloped by King in the arcade thing. And it's like, yeah, this guy who used the controller just dominated the competition. Because King's just a freak when it comes to video games.
I love how he plays the most like fucking pervy simulators out there.
Yeah. I love it when in season 2 is when Garo's walking around and he's like, man, I'm pumped. I'm ready to fight somebody again. And he turns and he's like, it's King. I can finally test my power on King.
Oh, yeah,
And he
he
starts
starts
charging.
charging.
Yeah, and he's like, which way is he going to move? It doesn't matter. I got him. And then just, boo! Saitama kicks him through a wall. And he's just like, that guy's just trying to mug you.
I love the first time he meets Saitama because he like goes to attack him and he like cross chops him on the shoulder and Saitama looks over and is like, are you trying to mug me?
Son, dude, Garo sweat up.
Yeah.
In that moment, he was like, "Oh no!"
I like how he wakes up and he's like, what happened? Ah, it
On
doesn't
some
matter.
trash. He was
Yeah.
on a bunch of trash
Saitama
cans.
hit him so hard and traumatized him
Okay.
so bad he forgot who he was.
The fight with Metal Bat was great.
Awesome.
Oh my god, that was
Awesome.
so good.
That
It
was
was so
such
good.
a
Metal
good
Bat was
fight.
about to kill his ass.
Yeah, but like before that, I think Metal Bat's doing something like a tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like going all crazy, and Garo's like flipping out, just doing these crazy things,
Yeah.
blocking all of it.
Yeah.
It looked so intense. It was so well done.
I love when he's like, I don't have time for you. There's a monster over there, and he tries to like hit him, but Metal Bat like dodges, and he's like, "You want to fight? Fine." He stomps on the ground, and a manhole cover pops up, and he just bats it at Garu.
Yeah, I
Or
just...
no, Garu did that. Garu
Yeah, he kicked it at
fucking
him.
Kicked it at him, and it, like Metal Bat just slams it. Makes a home run with that fucking manhole cover. I was like, yeah.
It would have been fun if that like one didn't hit the monster for a second.
It's still my favorite scene when Garo turns around and he was like, hey, you wasn't that tough. And then like
Oh,
it
Metal
just
Bat
cuts.
has like the dark red
Yeah, and it just
eyes.
cuts to him with the bat right behind his head. And like Garu knew he was gonna die right there if his little sister didn't pop up.
Dude, no, that's actually stated by the creator.
Yeah.
He was like, the creator in an interview had said that had that bat hit Garu, he would have been finished. He would
Yeah.
have been dead.
Yeah,
Mush.
I think Garu knew though. Like you could see
Yeah,
the look
dude,
on
his
his face.
face.
Oh
was
yeah.
like-
Oh,
I love that thing they did where like they have him like look back really quick, like so fast, like the glow from his eyes is like
Yeah.
springing out as he like checks back behind him.
Yeah.
it's so cool.
I really like how when Garu's fighting Metal Bat's constantly like hitting himself in the fucking head with the bat, and Garu's like, "This is ridiculous. Why aren't you dead?" And he's like, "It's so stupid. What is this even for?" He's like, "What are you fighting for?" He's like, "It's not about anything. It's about that fighting spirit." He's like, "What? What do you mean fighting
Garu
spirit?"
does not understand heroes at all, and I love it. But I like how I don't think they had an official fight, but Garu like admits that he could not beat the dog kid.
He did have an official fight.
Yeah.
It just wasn't on screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he goes back. He's like, I couldn't keep up with his like 4-leg
Yeah.
style. Yeah, he alludes like he got the work put
Yeah,
in by that kid.
Yeah, it's very similar in the manga. Like it doesn't really show anything in the Watchdog fight.
Watchdog, yeah, I couldn't remember.
Watchmen dog.
Watchmen dog.
Watchmen dogfight.
Watchmen dog fight.
Watchmen dog.
I don't
Wait,
know.
He is so cute.
Who's your
I want a
favorite?
poster of Watch.
Who's a favorite character on One Punch Man?
Garu.
I don't know.
I'm his pop figure.
Moomin Rider. Like I guess. Like I don't know.
Seeing Moomin
I don't-
Rider get his ass kicked by Garu, I thought he was gonna die. I was like, oh.
I don't really have a favorite character in One Punch Man. I don't
Really?
think. No, not really.
Yeah, no, I really like Genos right now. Genos.
It's Genos.
Genos. I
Genos,
say
yeah.
Genos all the time.
Genos.
I do like his fight with Garo for a bit, just for the one thing where like he's on the ground laying down, he's just
Yeah.
Straight
Hands up.
Yeah. He's like, stares him down.
He's
Oh,
like, I ain't
dude.
done, boy.
That fight with Garo, like before he fought Genos, he fought 6 other fucking heroes, and he was getting his ass whooped at the beginning. Like, and he protected the kid. He was like, "Kid, stay in the barn."
Yeah, and he saved the kid.
And like
Yeah.
he's out there, and they're like using strategy against him, and he's getting his ass handed to him. He gets hit with like fucking 2 arrows in the shoulder, and he's getting like fucking whopped in the mouth by this dude in Shrek running suit.
Yeah. And I like how the 2 teachers came in at the end of that.
Yeah.
Janos, whatever, and they just wail on him.
Dude, that guy with the fucking death machine attached to his arm does not deserve to be a hero
No.
at all.
No.
Garu was like, "Don't shoot me. There's a kid in that barn.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling the truth, there's a kid in that barn, and if you shoot me, he will die." And he's like, "I don't believe you. I'm not falling for that." Like, okay, but
Taking
even
the
so,
chance.
as a hero, taking that chance to, like, actually kill a kid,
Yeah.
you don't think you should maybe just move to another angle?
Well, not all heroes have to be black and white, though.
No.
You can definitely have some that, like, if I kill him, like I said with this whole thing with, we'll talk about that one later. Who shall not be named yet. If you get the person for the life of one, you save multiple later.
Yeah, but Garu isn't killing innocent.
Yeah, he hasn't killed anybody. Garo
But,
has
I
not
mean,
killed
you know,
anybody
you
at
could
this
think
point.
It's like a hostage. Well, he doesn't kill kids, yeah.
Well, no, he hasn't
Didn't
killed
he kill any
anybody at
heroes?
this. No.
No,
Oh, I thought
He has not
killed
killed-
the muscly.
No,
black
he
guy with
just
the-
beat the living shit out of him.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
thought he
Garu
killed
has
them.
not killed anybody,
He
and
went
it's
into
not
the
his intention.
heroes, like into the hero base while they were talking.
Yeah,
at
he
the
killed all the
beginning of series.
villains, but not
no,
the heroes.
No, he killed the heroes. Like, they were having this meeting at the very beginning of the
Yeah.
season, and he comes in while they're having this meeting, and he's like, "You guys are pathetic. You call yourselves heroes. I'm more powerful than all of you in this room combined." And they're like, "Oh yeah," and like all of them just start getting pissed at Garu. He's like, "If you're so mad, bring it. Show me what you got." And like this really muscular dude with like a French mustache, but it's all like angled. It's like straight edged, fucking super weird and edgy mustache. He goes to punch him, and he like when he does, Garu just fucking indents like his bones in his arms. Like his wrist is like at a Z point, and then his fucking elbow is like at a fucking L point. And he, like, it takes him a second, but he looks at his arm, and then he gets walloped in the chin by Garu. But like the fact that his arm was all fucking like Z-shaped because Garu indented his muscles is fuck.
fucked him up.
I would have been like,
Just instant screams, no regrets. Yeah, but I don't think Goro had killed anybody up to that point. I think maybe like a person or two during that meeting, but I think the only people he killed were heroes or were villains. I don't think they were heroes because they had a group of villains in there that they were talking to, trying to recruit to be heroes.
yeah.
And
He's
they're
just
all like,
beating the
"Oh."
shit out of heroes. He's not killing them.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he's actually ever intended to actually kill someone yet. Just
I
beat
know
the living
he
shit
killed
out of them.
people at that hero meeting though because
Yeah.
there's blood all over the
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah, but I think he killed all the villains. I think he left the heroes.
And I think he killed some of the tank top men, but I'm not sure.
Nah.
Cause like I think
If he did, they haven't said it.
yeah, because Tank Top Master is the only one that's been shown to like be walking around from that fight.
Yeah, but I feel like they would have said something by now. I feel like Tank Top Master would be like, "I'm gonna find Garu and kill him
That
for
fight
good."
is, that's the third episode with the Tank Top Master fight. And
Yeah.
that's where shit in this show, like in season 2 specifically, hit off.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah. Saitama's voice actors for both sub and dub are so good for like drastically different reasons though.
Yeah.
And I love it. I just like with the sub, you know, like they do very well being like serious when they need to and like hitting those like deep lines that they need.
Yeah,
And then the dub sounds like how I kind of figure he'd be because he's supposed to be like real average and basic.
It's nonchalant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
everything.
just you would not know this guy does jack if you didn't like know him personally. And I love that about Dub. I love that about Dub Saitama so much. Cause he just has like this the most monotone voice ever.
yeah,
I love it season 1 when Saitama and Genos gets super angry at Saitama for not training with him.
yeah.
He's like, "You need to show me something. I want you to fight me, and I want to see what you can do against me, and I don't expect you to hold any punches back." And he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because I want to see." He's like,
the gap between our powers.
Like, you don't want to fight me. He's like, sir, I want to fight you so bad. And he's like, okay. But, like, the animation in that, like, 3-minute segment is some of the best I've ever seen. Like, that's something I compare every scene in anime to that's super fluent. I'm like, yeah, but it is as good as the...
Yeah, it's as
Genos
good
and
as this.
Saitama one. But, like, the fact that Genos is using, like, everything he has, like, Incinerate, he literally turns himself into a fucking gun and blows through a mountain. But, he misses Saitama, and he turns around to just see, like, a fucking red, glove coming at him, and it just blows all of his fucking hair back, and it makes, like, the clouds part.
And it blows up the fucking mountain behind him.
It's just like speechless, and Saitama just like taps him.
Yeah,
on the shoulder, like,
Saitama's like, let's get some noodles. No, overall though, I'd give that show a solid 9. Like, for what it is, like, it's meant to be a funny, overpower character show, and they do it well. They do it really well.
I want to give it a 10, man. Like, personally, I know it's not a 10. But I want to give it that. I want those.
That's why I said 9.
on a general average, it's 8. Like, especially with season 2 involved, and the first 2 episodes aren't that great. People could lose interest easy.
Yeah.
So I'd give it like an 8.
8.
You give it an 8?
8. Yeah.
Moving up the ranks. We're already out an hour into this podcast. Want to jump on our top ones? Because I think we all have different top ones, right?
Well, we're gonna gush about them for.
Is there any?
Yeah, that's why I say we jump on
about?
them.
No, what? We'll make a part 2 to this.
You want to save the top ones for part 2?
No. We'll do a part 2 and bring in any we didn't bring in.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, let's jump on our big boys.
Our big boys.
Well, want to do which big boy we want to do first?
The Bible.
Jason.
Oh.
I own that! I own that!
He owns the Bible game.
No, the Bible.
The Bible.
He has the Bible. Dude, my favorite manga.
The Bible.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love Jesus.
Right?
He's my favorite character.
What's your
I
number
think
one?
it was pretty dumb that they killed him off at the end.
Yeah, personally.
But the resurrection arc felt kind of like forced because the fans needed it.
Yeah. I mean, like, they all get to see him again.
His dad's really powerful too. Not a fan of that.
Not only
Like,
that,
like,
but
it's
he
more
can
powerful
literally
than Invincible.
he
like,
can
it's-
literally, like, after dying, he goes to hell and, like, walks through molten lava and, like, grabs the key to
He
humanity
literally had
to
no
contact
feats.
Are
He had
you
no,
serious?
He had no feats prior to that. Like, how do you just pull that out of your
Not
butt?
only that, but it's not like he's lava immune. If anything, he's just Satan immune. So he'd be burning there, but any demon trying to hurt him, he'd be like,
I can just imagine the forums being like, actually, he's a reality warper because he can turn water into wine.
yo, that man came to my house, pimped my ride.
I like how Kevin and I talk the most garbage, but we're both religious.
I know.
I do believe in God.
Continue. What's your favorite anime, Jay?
I don't want to say it.
All right.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Date Bayo! Just kidding. Naruto.
I know.
No!
How did you not know?
I kind of figured after
Why
a minute.
no? Why'd you say no? What's wrong with Naruto, Cameron?
No, I said, ooh.
Oh, I thought
No.
I was like, what's wrong with Naruto?
No, nothing's wrong with Naruto. My favorite fucking character, Minato, that
Is
for
that just your
Tokage.
favorite
Ooh,
character
dude.
across all anime?
No.
Okay. I was like, wait, I'm just curious. But I didn't know.
Minato's badass though. You can't tell me not.
I specifically
fair.
like Shippuden out of the series. Like,
That's
well,
fair.
yeah, Shippuden's like when it
One
gets
thing I think
most
Naruto
intense.
does better than any other show I've really seen is making the villains relatable and intriguing like the whole way through.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
big
I
villains
think
you
they
understand.
do villains the best.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anything else that hits that hard. Jujutsu Kaisen, no. Bleach, no.
No.
One Punch Man, no. Dragon Ball Z, no. Heck no.
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 Dragon Ball Z is just people wanted to kill people.
It's just UFC with colored.
but it's awesome.
It's really
Oh,
good.
it's fine. I'm just saying, like, I
That's
can't
why it's my
think of a
top
show
one.
that genuinely has like better villains.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't count Death Note because I think that's like an anti-hero thing.
Yeah.
What about My Hero?
No.
You haven't even. Yo, you don't read the manga. I can't
No.
ask that question.
Yeah, no.
Never mind.
Jason
yeah.
Jason's not connected to the
As
villains
it,
as much
but
as
as
we are.
they've shown it right now, no.
Yeah.
No one has anything crazy going for them.
Yeah. Next season,
Shigaraki just
guys,
looks like
keep
he's on a
watching it.
revenge
It's gonna get
Might
there.
happen
Tour
this
type
season.
It might happen. No, yeah, that's what I meant. This season happening now.
Yeah,
Keep
I
it
think
up.
Stain was probably the most interesting villain,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
think in a way he's an anti-hero in some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'd continue with Naruto.
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude. Like,
Who's your
yeah,
favorite
that's
villain?
your
Who's your
villain.
favorite villain though?
It's gotta be Pain.
Dude, Pain.
Nagato.
Oh my god.
That was
Yeah.
such a good. That was probably their peak. For
This
writing,
world shall
to be
know
honest.
pain.
Well, that and the fight with Pain.
Dude.
Fucking
That was
awesome.
intense. Yeah, everyone likes to joke on the animation, but I was like,
Well, that
it was done well.
It was
I
done
mean,
really
Fluid,
well.
You need those shots.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't turn your head like while you don't like sneeze and like if somebody were to take a video of you and go frame to frame on how you looked each second you sneezed,
Yeah.
you wouldn't look great.
No.
either.
Oh no, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just love in the Pain fight, like, just how surprisingly more powerful Naruto gets when he shows up, and like even it surprises Pain, but at that moment Pain's like, I still got this, and he's like,
Naruto is like the perfect definition of a shonen anime, though.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah,
I don't think any other show like follows that like path like as fluent
no,
as Naruto goes down. I do like it a lot, and then like the stuff with Sasuke is pretty good too. I do like that they can give you some relief by having two characters to bounce between.
yeah,
And one thing they did really well was how they wrote Sakura to be a complete piece of human waste.
I know, dude. Waste of air in the
Just
fucking ninja world.
Constantly.
Do you guys think their power scaling was dumb?
No.
No.
No, okay, I didn't think so either.
From the beginning, they showcased that like
It's balanced.
certain techniques can really be devastating to the world around them.
Yeah,
Like, freaking Naruto summons a giant frog to fight Gaara,
yeah,
who's got his freaking Shikaku form
going
shown.
for him and shit.
Yeah, and they're having this like giant kaiju-like battle, and so I'm like, anything else just makes sense.
yeah.
Like, I have no problem with whatever else they do.
Dude, I fucking.
They've been leading up to it.
I feel like one of the biggest reasons why Minato is my favorite character is for instance, the scene where the first Hokage just turns around and looks at Minato. He's like, "You know how to do sage art, right?" And
I
he
know
goes,
why Minato's his favorite character.
and Minato's just like, "Yeah, but I'm not very good at it." And like, what would take Naruto like hours to concentrate and produce sage mode, Minato just opens his eyes and he's in sage mode. It's like, okay.
Well, at that point, Naruto was on that
yeah,
same level.
yeah, on that same level.
Yeah.
But I just love it. He's like, I'm not very good at it. He's all boop.
Yeah. Minato, I think, is probably a big favorite because he is the most ninja-like in the
Dude,
show.
he is overpowered to the
Now,
max. and I
That
love
man
it.
goes for the head stab every chance he gets.
Every
Yeah, no, that
chance.
show has the most balanced power scaling.
Yeah.
Like in any shonen.
I feel like
for
they
the
got
most
it
part.
kind of crazy when they introduced Kaguya, but other than that,
I
it
don't
wasn't
think-
insane.
I don't think Kaguya was horrible. I just think they needed more time to push it out. Because the Sage of Six Paths made sense.
Yeah,
I just didn't like that they were aspects of Indra and Ashura.
yeah,
I think had they just been like, okay, I see you guys are really trying to like make a difference in the world, so I'll grant you some power. Because this guy tried to siphon some of mine or whatever. That makes sense, and I can live with that.
Yeah.
And I like that. But yeah, I don't like the Chosen One thing they had going with once Jiraiya started heading out of the show. I
Yeah.
thought that was lame.
A lot of Naruto's side characters are even awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think there's.
None of the chicks though.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
Tsunade, like we were talking about earlier, probably the best chick, but
I-
Sakura
it-
has her
it-
moments
even
in
then-
Boruto.
in Boruto, we're talking about Naruto.
I know.
I feel like though I feel like out of all the female characters though, Hinata's.
Shizune might be the best
Hinata-
one in part 1 Naruto.
I just like that. I feel like Hinata's
It's
probably
not
my
his
favorite
sister.
though, because you know when Hinata showed up to help Naruto fight Pain, Hinata's reaction wasn't, "I got to keep Pain away from Naruto." Her reaction was, "I got to get Naruto up so he could beat the fuck out of that guy." she
Sakura-
knew that she couldn't take him on.
Sakura was busy helping keep people alive.
No, I
was
get
gonna
that.
Say, she wasn't completely.
I get
useless.
that,
She
but
was the medic.
what
She's
I'm-
not useless. I disagree with that wholeheartedly, but she's a piece of trash.
Yeah. No, the thing with
Yeah.
Sakura, what I'm getting at between Sakura and Hinata, though, wasn't saying Sakura wasn't doing nothing in that moment, but I feel like if Sakura was in Hinata's shoes, Sakura wouldn't go for getting rid of the chakra spears to bring Naruto up. She would be trying to fight Pain, but Hinata was just like, nope, trying to get him up, and Pain was like,
Yeah.
fuck no, stop.
Sakura's skill set wouldn't work as well against Pain as Hinata's was. Though.
No.
And that's one thing I do like a lot about Naruto is there is a matchup thing that can happen
Mm.
where like this character doesn't do well against this guy, but well against this one, and that guy that he does well against the former guy.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that they have things like that go down.
Then you got the fucking first Hokage. Naruto passing around his Nine-Tails chakra
Well, you just
to like
have complete studs in some characters. Like
yeah,
Naruto and Hashirama.
I don't know if you heard the scene, but Naruto was like passing on Nine-Tails chakra to make everybody one cloak form. So like you saw Naruto versus Sasuke fight, right? You're like, you know how strong Naruto was in that fight? Naruto basically made everybody a little bit stronger than that in the entire Shinobi Alliance by sharing his chakra. And when he did that, first Hokage was like, wow, that's almost as much chakra as mine when I was alive. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, you fucking powerhouse.
Yeah, dude.
What's your favorite? Oh, go
No, Kevin.
ahead. I said go ahead.
Calm down.
I am.
Okay, then I guess we're
I can't.
continuing.
I can't. I physically can't.
Do it now, Kevin!
Just started. Now!
What were you saying, Jay?
Who was your favorite character?
My favorite character? Come back to me on that.
Okay. What about
Next
your
episode.
What about your favorite villain? Camrin?
My favorite villain? I would have to give it to Obito. I really liked Obito.
Obito?
I really liked Obito because like I feel like out of all of them, feel really bad for him because he was definitely manipulated to the max. But then he like reveals, no, I'm not manipulated. I just don't want people to go through what I went through, and basically what he was going with. And it was like, oh, okay. But I don't know. I liked it a lot. One of my favorite scenes with Obito is when he experiences Rin die in front of him, and not only does he see Rin die in through Kakashi's eye, but also with him standing there, so he sees it from both point of views, and he just goes on a fucking rampage.
Yeah, I think, my
He kills like 150 plus people in like 10 seconds, Kevin. He just goes fucking ape shit.
an honorable mention for like my favorite villain was like what really got me into the show, and that's Zabuza.
Zabuza was awesome.
Was great.
Even when they brought him back, dude, that was still awesome.
But I thought that was really wholesome when they brought Haku and Zabuza back. Because
Yeah.
Haku was like, how's that boy doing?
Yeah.
When he asked Kakashi.
Yeah.
And Kakashi was like all like gushing over like how Naruto's grown and stuff. I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah.
I think thinking it over. I'd have to say Kakashi.
That's
I
mine.
really
That's
like
my
Kakashi.
favorite character.
That's his and Nicole's favorite. They love the Kakashi. Kakashi's awesome, though.
Naruto is like a very, 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 very close second. Like I love Naruto wholeheartedly. I think
Believe it, bitch.
yeah, part one. That's why I like Kakashi more. Because part one Naruto's kind of obnoxious, but part two Naruto really steps his game up. Like
Yeah.
completely different character.
Yeah.
If he was the same character, it's not as fun of a show.
Yeah, no.
This show sucks.
It's good because
If
of the
Naruto
growth.
was still
Yeah.
jumping in going, believe it, before he punched someone in the face, I don't know if I'd like it.
Yeah. So I do really like how much they changed his character around, and they didn't change Sasuke much at all.
I love
That's
how
why I really hated Sasuke. 'Cause
Yeah.
I thought, like, you
Sasuke was
think.
kind of the same
I was like, you
dumbass
don't
throughout
think
the
for
rest of it.
yourself at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just let people tell you.
You
what
just
to do.
you just go off what the next guy says to you, and you're weak.
Yeah.
One thing I did like about the first episode of Naruto Shippuden after the time skip, like from the original series of Shippuden, is when Naruto's standing there in front of Sakura and what the fuck is his name? Konohamaru. He's standing in front of Sakura and Konohamaru, and Konohamaru is like, look at my sexy jutsu, and Naruto is like, Konohamaru, I don't do those kinds of things anymore, and Sakura is like, wow, he really grew up, and he was like, check out my new pervy jutsu, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought that was great. But talking about like power scaling, Naruto's rage moments as they progress through Shippuden just get so much better
Yeah.
each time.
Dude,
Like
my favorite... Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm just... Deidara? You're not going to tell that one, right?
No.
Okay, because like after like Naruto finds out Gaara's dead,
Yeah.
and they're chasing after Deidara, and he gets him pinned to the ground, he just starts beating the heck out of him.
He was about to kill him.
Yeah,
It was
he's like his
wah,
fists
wah.
start bleeding. Kakashi's just standing there like, ah! Yeah, Naruto's just going to town, and I was like, man, that's like a really good rage thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like weird and like he's just blowing up forests. He's just taking his rage out on this guy.
Yeah.
That felt so good. What's up?
My favorite rage moment is definitely when I find it funny because like every time I see the death, it makes me laugh
Oh.
because of how it happens. It's when Pain kills Hinata, And like, it's what makes me laugh about it is the fact that Pain just basically like grabs her with the force and he's just just fucking like slamming her on the ground.
He slams her, and then he pulls out one of his things and stabs her in the spine.
Yeah, and right before he stabs her, she tells Naruto, "I love you." And right when he penetrates her, he cuts to Naruto's face, and his eyes are just wide. And then instant Nine Tails mode, just right away.
Phrasing.
And I like how without flashbacks, he kind of like I think realizes like all the stuff she's done for him.
Yeah.
Literally like carried him through the tuning exams.
Yeah. And then after that moment, he's still simping for Sakura.
He does.
No reason.
It takes Neji dying in front of him and going, "Take care of Hinata," for Naruto to be like, "I love this woman." No.
Okay, I really, I was like, okay, I don't really like Sakura, but I completely hated her when they were in the snow area trying to find Sasuke.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, we need to get Naruto off this Sasuke thing, and Sakura's like, "Oh, I have an idea. I'll just tell him that I love him, and like lie about all this stuff."
And we'll leave together.
And kiss him and try to make him leave. And I was like, wow. Taking advantage of someone that is head over heels for you.
Yeah.
Over something that's... after making him chase after Sasuke for literal years...
After making him.
Yeah, and I was like, you're a piece of garbage. And that's when I was like, you're pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
And then still proceeds to send for Sasuke immediately after he tries to kill her twice.
Literally, Naruto has to save her, from Sasuke after the 5 Kage summit thing.
Yeah.
And she still wants to be with Sasuke, even though he tried to stab her right then and there.
Yeah, dude. It's Stockholm Syndrome.
It's not, though. She wasn't kidnapped.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, if Sasuke started falling in love with the Orochimaru, that's Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, he abducted and groomed him. Yeah. But
and then he proceeded to absorb over Orochimaru and let him live inside him.
Sakura doesn't love Sasuke for his character, his personality.
Because he's a bad boy.
Because he's attractive.
Yeah, because he looked good.
And it's gross that she never moves past that. Like, Ino moves past it. She has more character development in Naruto than Sakura does.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
Because she goes to the next guy that looks hot, at the very least, because she realizes Sasuke sucks.
And then I just love how, it cut back to the original series. You got Shikamaru versus Tamari. Yeah, and Shikamaru is just kind of mollywops Tamari, basically. Like, she doesn't do much to him, and the whole time he's the next step ahead. Yeah, no.
She knew what he could do, so it was a mental game.
Yeah, and then, immediately proceed, in Shippuden, hey, we're gonna... She's like, I like the way you think. I want that inside me. We'll make babies. We'll make a good baby.
Jason,
Okay, calm down.
You asked Cameron what his favorite fight was. What's your favorite fight?
That's a good question.
Do you want me to answer before you?
Wait, he didn't ask me my favorite fight. He said favorite anger moment.
Oh, no, I just said I liked how the progression went.
Yeah.
And then you just brought up one of your favorites. Yeah. But I do really like that scene with Pain. That is my favorite arc, by far.
My favorite fight is probably Kevin's favorite fight.
What is it?
The Kakashi versus Obito?
Yeah.
That is the cleanest fight in the whole show.
It's so fucking good.
That is the cleanest fight in the whole show.
It's so good.
Because it's not just shooting everything you have at someone. It's so heartfelt. Because
and then
they're
cutting
going
in and
back
out.
and
Oh my
forth
god.
Between them sparring before in front of Minato and Rin. And then them fighting for stakes that are very high.
Yeah, not only that, but the attention to detail with that animation.
It's so fucking good.
Dude, Kakashi is using his fucking... He makes a sign with Obito's fucking hands. Just whoa!
I like it. I like how fast Obito can think now compared to when he was a kid. Because I bet you anything, if Kakashi did that when they were kids, Obito would have been like, whoa, 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 right away. But when he saw Kakashi doing it in his head, he was just like, oh, I'll just do it too.
Yeah. I do really like... Just there was a lot of mental game, there was a lot of subtle stuff, very ninja-esque things too, because Kakashi puts up the mud wall to deflect Obito's fireball jutsu, and then Obito kicks Kakashi in the freaking dome, slams his head in the wall, the clone comes up from the ground with the kunai, Obito reacts to that, it's oh, this is the real one. That one turns into a lightning thing that zaps him, and then Kakashi just freaking BAH! hits him, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I love the transition from when they fight, like as they run each other. I like the transition.
Oh,
from
the
them as
spin?
adults to like
kids.
as
Oh.
kids.
I thought
Yeah.
you meant this like the spinning room thing they
Well,
had
that
going
too,
on.
That
dude.
too,
No,
it's
that-
so
That's
good.
so
that
hard to do.
transition with it.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
transitions with the spinning of the room.
Yeah, yeah, that's insane animation.
Yeah,
it's
fucking
Constant-
great.
That's so much time.
Oh my
The
God,
entire
dude.
every single bit of money they made in the budget for the war arc went into that scene.
Not only
As
that,
it should.
Yeah.
That was easily their best fight.
Oh, yeah.
well, that and the Sasuke versus Naruto final fight. Like the first
I-
5 to 7 minutes of
I
that
like
fight.
how they were so in love with the Obito making Kakashi do a hand sign. They brought that back for Sasuke versus Naruto.
Yeah, but also like you can see Naruto starting to do hand signs, and like if you look closely, you can see Sasuke like swinging his hand up to stop Naruto mid sign.
Because his shadow clone thing's
Yeah.
one sign, so he's
Yeah.
constantly trying to stop him from using it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he'll start to put his hands together and he'll just stop him.
Oh,
And like it's like a millisecond of animation, but it makes all the difference.
But it
Yeah.
matters a lot because it's two people that know each other so
So
well
yeah.
that they have their strengths and weaknesses down. Like I think Sasuke goes for a Chidori a couple times,
yeah,
and Naruto like sends something at him to like stop him.
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah, out of all the animes, even like above my top, the animation and fight scenes in Naruto are by far the best I have seen. I have not seen anything better. My Hero has really close, but not as good. My
I
Hero
don't
is
think
really
any
close.
My Hero fight goes into the level
I don't
of
think so
attention to
either.
detail.
No.
I don't think so
definitely
either.
not.
But I'll explain that
In a bit.
In a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, in a bit.
yeah, in a bit.
Yeah. Okay, but pretty much any fight involving Kakashi is just so good.
What about the Madara versus the Ninja Army fight? Like the
That's-
entirety of the army.
I feel-
Madara
hey,
didn't
there was
have to
one
do
guy.
anything.
There was one guy with a sword that lasted for half a second. I commend him. I don't
No,
know,
but that
who he
whole
was.
that whole segment, dude, entranced me when I was
Yeah.
watching that.
It's
I
Madara
did
just.
I did like how like it was he shoots like this big fire blast thing. I forgot what it's called.
and they
but
start
then, like-
blowing water.
But then there's like this panning out thing where it's like
Yeah.
all these guys using like these water attacks to counter
Yeah.
it. I thought that was so smooth.
No.
That looked really good.
I like. There's a segment while he's like in the crowd fighting one after one of these ninjas. He like punches one dude's fucking like his arm, and it like snaps in half, and his arm goes like just that part of his arm. It's like a fucking limp sausage link, just like.
One of my favorite parts in that fight is someone throws a kunai at him. He looks back, like cocks his head back, grabs the kunai. Some guy comes to grab him from underneath the ground. He jumps up and boom, slams it down on the guy's head through the ground.
Is the sword guy you're talking about the dude who runs up, swing, like is about to swing, and he just looks at him and he's like, oh.
No. There's a guy that clashes with him twice and then gets stabbed. It's like he did the best.
Yeah, he got 2 hits out of him. But that one guy who came up, like, while
Yeah.
he was on another guy and, like, pulled his sword up, and then Madara looks at him, and he just freezes in fear. I'm like, you had one job!
There also in the war arc was like, that was a really good time for Tsunade.
Yeah.
She did about as good as she possibly could. She showed she was easily like the best Kage
Yeah,
out of the whole 5.
yeah.
Anoki did really good too.
Yeah.
Wait, one honorable mention character that has not been brought up yet, and I'm surprised he has it. Itachi, the man that fucking knew everything that was gonna happen from
Wait.
like the beginning.
Wait. Before we get into that, Kakashi's backstory, man. We, like,
Second
talked
saddest in the show.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, we talked about Kakashi, but we never even brought up the fact that his dad fucking killed himself.
Which made Kakashi
That's not
cold
even
as
the
shit.
worst thing that happened to him.
No,
No, that's,
Like, at all?
that's the third worst thing that
Yeah,
happened to him.
exactly.
But I think the saddest backstory in Naruto's Gaara.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
poor
Gaara's
fucking
sad.
Gaara. He just gets
Like your dad committing
shat on.
suicide, devastating. Your dad trying to get people to freaking murder you your whole childhood until you
Terrible.
eventually have to kill him.
yeah.
Insanity.
And then your
Insanity.
best friend fucking, like, the one person in the world you were like,
Oh, that was
Oh.
his uncle or something.
I
They
think
were
it was
related.
his brother.
Yeah. No, it was his uncle.
Uncle,
It was
was it?
it was his sister's brother,
Okay, yeah.
or
okay.
his mom's
Who-
brother.
Who
His
was
mom's
the
brother.
only person that cared about Gaara?
Like, actually
Yeah.
showed him.
Somehow was convinced by the dad to try to kill him.
Yeah.
And I was
And
like,
then
"Ugh."
tell Gaara that he absolutely
He hates
despised
him.
him. Yeah, when he didn't, he hated doing that.
Yeah, and I was like,
Like, why do you gotta put salt on the wound? Like, what the fuck?
He was trying to
so
turn Gaara into a
gross.
weapon.
I know.
That's why.
but on top of that, Shikaku never lets him freaking sleep.
Yeah.
He always keeps him up, doesn't let him use his chakra the right way. He tortured him.
Yeah.
Like, anytime he would fall asleep, he'd give him nightmares and stuff.
And Gaara had the weakest seal jutsu used on him to keep Shikaku in, so Shikaku had full advantage to fuck with Gaara whenever he wanted. That's why the Ninetales can't fuck with Naruto as much as he does. It's because he was given like one of the
he only has
strongest
half
seals.
of his chakra
Yeah.
in Naruto to begin with.
Yeah. But like the whole reason like the Ninetales doesn't make a big like impact in Naruto's psyche or mentality for a while, it's because it's not till Orochimaru, when Orochimaru does the fucking thing to his seal to kind of fuck with it a little bit, when the
Dude.
Ninetales is like, oh, I can actually do something.
One of my favorite scenes, though, in part 1 was where Sasuke is getting just hounded by that giant snake. And then Naruto just comes out of nowhere and just
Yeah.
stops the whole thing.
It's
And just
fucking
looks
cool.
at Sasuke and is like, what's wrong, coward?
You're scared.
Yeah.
You wanna kiss? No.
You want to kiss you?
You want to move on?
Yeah, I'm ready to move on.
Itachi.
Oh, right.
No.
No, you can.
No, yeah,
gush
Gush
about-
about Itachi, man. Let's hear it.
Yeah, we were also going to talk about Shisui. Cause
Oh,
we
I
didn't
just-
jump on that either.
I just was, well, you can talk about Itachi through Shisui. Their stories are...
And then we're
They're
gonna
all
do
tight.
Boruto. That'll be enough.
Yeah,
Hour.
fucking.
I want
I do.
Itachi to pop up in Boruto, too.
Oh my god, I
We're
do
gonna
too.
talk about Boruto next episode.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I
I'm
wish
so-
Itachi would.
I am so sad for Itachi though. Not the saddest backstory, but still pretty like upsetting. Because
His backstory's not sad.
well, it's
technically.
kind of like, how do I explain? Like I feel like the only reason he went to the lengths he did, it's because of Shisui killing himself, and at that point he was just like, fuck it. But yeah. Then with him telling the third Hokage everything that the Uchiha Kudaka that they were planning and everything, and the third Hokage's okay, well then kill everybody. And it wasn't the third Hokage, it was a unanimous decision, right, to have them executed. And Itachi's like, no, I'll do it, I'll kill them all, just leave Sasuke, right?
Something like that,
And he just goes on a fucking murder spree, and then has to force Sasuke to see him doing so and live with that his entire life of the only person he ever truly loved hate him.
He tortured Sasuke really bad.
Yeah.
He made him watch his parents' death thousands of times.
Yeah. With that, doing that, and cause I bet you anything Itachi was crushed. I bet he hated doing that, but he knew he had to. I bet Itachi just fucking despised doing that to his brother. And fucking Shisui, that motherfucker having the strongest genjutsu can literally convince you to do fucking anything.
The only problem with Shishui's genjutsu is it's severely nerfed in the
Yeah.
fact that you can only use it once a decade.
Yeah. Do you know what it does?
No.
Jason probably give a little bit more detail. than I
Kodo
can.
Matsukami is a genjutsu that affects you, but it makes you wholeheartedly believe whatever the person using it on you wants you
So
to
it's a
believe.
brainwash.
It's
It's a
a
complete
permanent
mind wipe.
brainwash.
Yeah. One thing I do love about Itachi that I gushed about with Cameron one time was that Itachi is very backhanded, and I love it. Because he's like, Sasuke, no matter what you do, I will always love you. Right? But he had planned this out just in case Sasuke ended up being a total waste of space. And he implanted a crow in Naruto with Kodo Matsukami that said, if these like Sharingan eyes ever try to attack you over like the village, Kodo Matsukami will affect Sasuke.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there is a threat to you from like my Sharingan,
Which was implanted in Sasuke.
he gave to Sasuke, then that person will get Kodo Matsukami.
And Itachi ended up.
I was like, I love how he's like, no matter what decision you make, I will always love you. Psych!
That's a wrong number.
Attack the village!
I never loved you.
And then we'll jump on Danzo, who was able to steal.
One of Shishui's eyes.
Yeah, he was able to steal one of Shichui's eyes, be able to use that genjutsu how many times?
Because
in a
he
day?
had once a day. He had
Okay.
Hashirama cells, so that's insane.
Yeah.
It goes from 10 years to 1 day because he has some of Hashirama's DNA in him.
The guy I was telling you about that went, wow, he almost has as much chakra as
Yeah.
me when I was alive. Yeah,
he's-
that guy.
he's
He has
regarded as
some
the
of his
god of
DNA in his
shinobi.
body, and he's able to use
Yeah.
this jutsu once a day.
Yeah, Hashirama was known as the god of shinobi for good reason.
And then Danzo never uses it.
He used it on because they had to plan it out.
Yeah,
Otherwise, Sasuke's done for.
Yeah.
Because he just uses it to instantly kill people.
yeah,
Because he just makes you think you're dead. And so the body believes then actually dies.
yeah,
It's funny because, like, I know this show's good.
yeah.
For the fact of, I know everything that happens in it up to Boruto. Like, current.
Yeah.
But, like, I still want to watch it. I
Yeah,
still want to
it's-
watch
it's
all the way
so
through, and I am watching it all the way through, and I know everything. But, like, the fact that I still, like, the natures of chakra is, like, where I've just gotten to, where Naruto's,
okay.
like, training under the
Yeah.
waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, with that, when they explain that chakra has a whole other element to it and how it can be used, I was like, well, that's really cool. How it doesn't stay the same. Like, let's like use an example that's pretty easy target. It's Dragon Ball. Like, for the sake of like, oh, you know, like you just got to increase your passion or your anger,
Your key, yeah.
your key. But this one, they're like, no, you can actually think about how you're gonna use it instead of just use it and see what fucking comes out of it. I really like that about the show, and I also like Naruto's progression, but we've already talked about that.
No, we didn't. No kidding.
Yeah, like I said, it's probably the best shonen show
Yeah.
you could ask for. And
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the things that I say, like, that makes a great show is, like, if I know the spoilers and still want to watch it, that's what makes it incredible.
Yeah.
We can jump on mine real quick because I know we can kind of get through it kind of fast.
It
Because
doesn't matter.
we're gonna gush over My Hero for a bit.
Oops.
Whoops.
Start over.
But no, my top I would say is Dragon Ball Z. The only reason why I have it as that it's because it's what started me in anime.
I'd expect
And-
like all of Dragon Ball,
and
even
it's
Super,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, even Super.
Super's really good.
Yeah,
I don't care what people say. I will always love the pre-tournament to the
Yeah.
Tournament of Power.
they shout on Gohan, but hey, I still love him. No,
Yeah, and like I can.
But to be fair, that is what Gohan wanted.
yeah,
He didn't want to be
Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy
no, I know.
that's always fighting off all these threats. He just wanted to be the guy, if you absolutely need him, he'll come in and help.
yeah,
Like, fuck what anybody says, but when like about Super, like,
Yeah.
because I've heard countless people say Super's bad.
it's
So,
not
like,
bad.
It's not bad. I don't care what they say. I guarantee you, when they saw Goku versus Jiren for the first time, and like Goku tries all his techniques in blue and it just doesn't work against Hit, he's like, "All right, guess I only have one thing to do left. Now let's show you the Kaioken!" And I'm like,
That was-
oh.
That is
So
one
they
of my
brought it
favorite,
back, yeah.
That is one of my favorite just pieces of just
Yeah,
any show ever.
It's funny too because as I was watching it, I was just like, the build-up's so good. I wonder what he's got hiding, and and then he's like, "Now I'm gonna show you the Kaioken." I was like, "No fucking way!"
It mixed with the red, and I was like, oh.
I know. I like how just as soon as it says that, the aura around just the whole stadium just switches.
Yeah.
I know.
And you're just like, ooh.
That was a hype train, dude.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
care what anybody says. I guarantee you every fan
It's
of
funny.
Dragon Ball Z was like, oh my god.
It's funny too because literally the day before that episode came out, I think I was talking to you, Kevin, but I don't remember who it was. I was talking to somebody about Dragon Ball Z Abridged and how like they have a joke in there where Goku goes Kaioken
Yeah, you were
and,
talking to me.
and the villains go Kaio what, and the whole the reason why that joke is funny it's because after Goku learns Super Saiyan he never touches it again and never brings it up, and so it's funny because all the villains are
Well,
like
he
Kaio
couldn't.
what, yeah.
Well, he could.
Well, yeah,
Because
but they never tell you that. They never say that
I
in the
think
show.
they allude to it at some point in
in
the
the
Boo
sub.
saga.
It's in the
Is in the sub? That's what it
I
is.
think
Okay.
at some point in the Boo saga, they do ask about it, and Goku's like, it would rip my body apart if I
Okay.
try to do it while also being a Super Saiyan.
Okay.
And there's no point because Kaioken's a multiplier as well.
Yeah.
It only goes up to times 20.
Yeah, but like literally, then that Super episode came out, and I was just like, I was like, oh,
In my mind.
I like
It's
how,
back.
I like how it was a good workaround with how Super Saiyan God works because
Yeah.
it restructures the body to have like refinement of ki. So
The-
he is allowed to have the Kaioken again.
As much as I love.
do you think it would work better if he was just Super Saiyan God instead of Blue with the Kaioken? Reason why I asked it's because in Super Saiyan God form he can heal. He heals quicker.
Super Saiyan God
Yeah.
is effectively just a base mode.
Yeah,
That with
but he would
refined
use
ki.
Kaioken in base.
But Kaioken Super Saiyan, or sorry, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, it's so stupid.
It's
such a
call
dumb
it blue.
thing. I know. Super Saiyan Blue is still a times 50 multiplier.
Yeah.
And then
On
being
top of the God
stacked
Ki.
with But then
What?
I just wonder why.
Well, it's because
Yeah.
they did explain in the Tournament of Power arc that Goku does move faster and has more stamina, and it replenishes faster when he's in God mode. That's why I
But he
state
probably
that.
doesn't hit as hard.
Well, yeah, but if he adds the Kaioken on top of it, like, it wouldn't affect his body as... how do I explain this? Because of how they stated it, since he heals and stamina replaces better while in God mode.
But he's still 50 times weaker.
Yeah, but, well,
Imagine-
unless he does
imagine
Kaioken
hitting-
times 20, then he's only 30. And, yeah, I get the difference in hitting, but they did show just, like, the speed increase. The speed increase alone
He
would
could
make
go
it fucking
through-
crazy.
He could go through a time skip. Like,
Yeah.
he can fucking go through that.
Well,
that's how fast he is.
The time thing's kind of lame.
And they said he was
because as
faster
long
in
as
God
you're
mode.
stronger than hit.
Yeah.
You transcend his time skip ability.
Yeah, but
You don't actually transcend all
no,
of time.
you
No.
don't, you don't.
That's the part that gets confusing, and that's where people like get all like, all the
I
Dragon
getcha.
Ball fanboys that want to be like, he's even stronger.
Yeah.
He's like the Flash. Like, no.
No.
If you have more ki than hit, you're stronger than hit.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay,
it's
I get
like
you.
because like nobody's there for Dragon Ball for the writer,
Yeah.
right? Like
Oh, it's UFC with color. That's what I said.
It's so good. The fighting is good. Yeah, that's one thing I'd have to say about the writing. The power scaling's fucking bullshit. But
Favorite arc, favorite scene.
favorite arc in all of Dragon Ball right now.
Mine's easy.
Mine's the Cell arc.
Same.
Cell arc's my
What about
favorite.
oh, dude.
Super Saiyan 2
If we're
Gohan.
talking about the
Ooh.
scene, like okay,
Scene.
skip my favorite scene, but the scene that affected me the most while I was watching it was Vidal's beatdown in the Boo saga. That
Oh.
that was just hard to watch after 3 minutes of seeing her just get her fucking ass kicked.
Yeah, I do like that Gohan was like getting real.
He was
upset
getting
about that.
heated, dude. He was like, "Let me step in," and like
Yeah.
Goku was stopping him. He was like, "No."
And like honestly,
You can do
that
it.
that scene where he goes to fight the red dude after
Yeah.
that happened,
Yeah.
and he's pounded with Super Saiyan 2, that was still like, oh,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
I
he
think
already
that was-
he already had ki injected out of him, so he
No,
was
no,
weaker.
that happened as he got hit.
Oh, that's true.
He
Yeah,
went
you're
Super
right.
Saiyan 2, then got absorbed.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
that
right.
was
You're right.
Supreme Kai's plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Supreme Kai's a
Goku's
fucking
Super
idiot.
Saiyan 3 transformation was good, but Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 transformation in the Majin Buu arc, when like that after that, like the stakes were just really high for him, so he was just like really upset about everything.
Yeah.
Well, like at first, like Vidal's like going up against this guy, and she's like actually doing decent. She's kicking him around, and then she like gets him on the ground, but he just won't stand down. And then he starts getting brutal with her,
Doesn't
like
she?
grabbing her
She
by
like
the
kicks
hair.
him in the
Yeah.
chin, like in the,
Yeah,
Should kill
he
him.
Yeah.
she broke his neck. His whole head
Well,
flipped around and
She
he
did
snapped
that-
it back.
She did that because he started becoming brutal. Like he grabbed her by both arms.
Yeah, she was
and
at
he
that
started
point
headbutting her,
defending
and he
herself.
Grabbed her by the hair. And,
Yeah.
like, kicked her across the stage.
yeah, that was a long scene.
Yeah, and like she gets up and she's like, "All right, I gotta end this. Like he's gonna kill me if I don't."
Yeah.
And so she like wipes the blood off and she like dodges a punch, gets on his shoulders,
And then
and like snaps his neck. And he's on the ground and like everybody's just in awe, like holy shit, that happened. And his neck just like realigns itself and he gets back up and he just starts fucking like smashing her head into the ground by her hair for like a good 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute scene of her just slam.
it's brutal, my guy.
And no, like while I was watching that, I was getting mad. I was like, why is nobody stopping
I
this?
think that's
Yeah.
good that they added Gohan into that sort of thing because you
Yeah.
resonate with that.
Yeah, that's the
I get
audience.
why Goku was like stopping Gohan, because in Goku's head, Goku's like, oh, they're just gonna stop the fight and say he won.
I think Supreme Kai told everyone but
Yeah.
Gohan what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that Goku was like stopping him because like I get where Goku's not the brightest, and I kind of get where Goku's mentality is at that point. He's like in his head, he's like, Gohan, that's your friend. If you have respect for your friend, don't jump in because then you're both gonna get disqualified and it was for nothing. Don't be a dumbass.
Yeah.
They're gonna stop it. She's not gonna die, and then she almost dies. And Goku's like, I don't know what to say, man.
God
All
works
right.
in mysterious ways, brother.
God's this purple guy right here.
He's studded right next to us, man. He's the god of creation.
God
With
works
his
in
big
mysterious
giant
ways.
red
Go on.
serpent. Okay, but Camrin, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Cell Saga. Let's see.
I love it.
Gush
I just
time.
I just love when Gohan finally after 16 gets his head smashed in and Gohan just fucking snaps and he like goes off and even Cell's just like ooh like what's going on here, and then Gohan just like all the Cell Juniors stop and they're looking, they're like huh, they like kind of get cocky and they try to fight him and Gohan just one punches all of them and then that one just like tries to run away and just
There was an animation error.
Yeah.
And there were 7 Cell Juniors, but Gohan was so elite, he killed 8.
He was like, bring another one. I don't need
Just like reassembles one, just to knock it in half again.
I love how in the abridged version, it's the 8th one that goes, Daddy! And he's like, I ain't no Papa Doc, just sink or swim, bitch.
yeah, but no, that's probably my favorite scene when he goes Super Saiyan 2 is when
Cameron-
he just murks all the Cell
Cameron
Juniors.
did not mention like the dialogue Gohan has just internally as he's like processing everything that's going on. Because Gohan's big thing has always been like, oh, he just becomes really strong when he rages out.
Yeah.
Like Kid Gohan was whooping Frieza, like his third form that like Piccolo was having trouble with, Vegeta was having trouble with, all this stuff. He even gets a good few shots on the final form Frieza for a little bit as his kid form, just
Yeah.
because when he rages out, he's so strong. Raditz.
He just
Yeah.
headbutts him in the
Yeah.
stomach and Frieza's like,
Yeah, when they
Same with Raditz,
when
right?
they
It's
all got
like-
sent back from Namek and like Vegeta takes him off, there's a moment where Vegeta can't do anything against
Yeah.
Gohan. And then Gohan just like recalls this stuff and he's like, oh, I feel it slipping. And I won't take it anymore. And he like flips out, and that's when like the Super Saiyan 2 thing hits.
yeah.
And it's just such a strong scene because Cell is just like, oh my god, I messed up.
That scene hit me harder in the
Oh, no.
abridged version.
It did.
Did you hear their cover?
Yeah.
Their cover's really
It's
good.
so good of that song. And like, the abridged version just hit me harder because of their version of that song. Like, playing in the background.
Yeah, good. They do a really good job with that.
Yeah, they
cover.
do.
I also like Masiko's 70 centimeter square window. Have you heard that one from Super?
I have not.
Listen to it, it's really good.
I will. For sure. My favorite... Oh, you want to say your favorite fight, or was that it?
Oh, that's what.
Oh,
yeah.
one of my favorite fights.
What?
'Cause it's all Gohan based. If you didn't know my favorite character,
He's one of my favorites too.
if you didn't know my favorite character is Gohan, there you do.
Mine is
But
Vegeta.
when Gohan
Big Vegeta,
comes in
vagina.
and walks up to Super Boo in his ultimate form,
Oh my god, yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
And Boo's like,
and
why?
Super Boo's like, "You're gonna fight me?" And he's like, "No, I'm gonna kill you." And I was like,
Dude, he calls Boo a retard in the sub. I shit you not. If you watch the sub, Boo's like, "Are you calling me dumb?" He's like, "I'm calling you worse than dumb. I'm calling you retarded." And that's when Boo snaps and gets fucking like irate.
Ultimate Gohan
Was a different level.
was like the Jiren before he existed.
Yeah.
Just like no one
No one
on
fucked
this
with him.
plane of existence
No one.
will stop me.
Yeah.
Like, I think what made it even better is that he killed everybody at that point. He killed everybody. Like Chi-Chi, I think he killed, right?
no.
No,
I don't.
that was a dream. That
Yeah.
was a dream that she died.
Yeah.
But it was like,
Supergirl killed everyone on the planet except for like some of the Z fighters.
yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Because-
It was after he killed everybody. So like, he's face to face with Boo, and Boo's just super fucking like cocky the whole time. But Gohan's just pushing his buttons this whole fight. Like,
It's
he's
fucking
not
real.
breaking a sweat, just teleporting behind him, cracking him in the neck, headbutting him, and he even like pulls that antenna on the top of his head and like flings it back at him like a fucking G-strap.
Yeah. One thing I do love about Gohan is he is fundamentally flawed.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that when he
Oh, yeah.
knows he is above someone,
He fucks with
he
him.
is the cockiest piece of
Yeah.
trash
Yeah.
to exist. Like with Cell, even with Cell, you know, he's got him beat and he's just mocking him.
He's like, ha ha ha,
The
you
whole
weak
time.
bitch.
Yeah.
I just love. I think one of my favorite fights with Boo is when Vegito shows up.
Vegito?
Vegito.
Kakajita?
Kakajita. Vegeta Rot.
Yeah, Vegeta, right? I'm so glad they changed their name.
But
Gokujo.
Kakajita! Sounds like some weird, like...
Kaka.
Yeah, like that thing from Finding Nemo. Like,
Shark
bait! Ooh, ah, ah.
but I love it when Super Boo turns him into a piece of candy, and then he just starts like still beating the shit out of Boo, and he's all, "Fight me like a man!" He's like, "Do you see a man around here?"
I love when he like eats him and he just goes through his throat.
Yeah.
And then he goes back in to keep assaulting him from inside. He's like, wait, that was fun.
Round 2, baby.
I think I like Vegito more than
Gogeta.
Gogeta. Yeah.
Gogeta's only a movie
lot
character.
more
Oh no.
powerful.
Yeah, Gogeta's only a movie character right now.
He's still
No.
canon.
No, now he's
No.
canon. No, he's still only.
Zamasu.
That
fought
was
No,
Vegito.
Gogeta is
I'm
still
pretty
a
sure
movie
Gogeta
character.
fought Zamasu.
No,
That
it was Vegito.
You sure?
Yes.
Why do you call him
Yeah.
Vegito?
I do it by accident. It is Vegito.
No, it's Vegito.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna check just in case.
Because they used the Potaro earrings.
Yeah, they used the Potara earrings.
Obviously. But I'm gonna check just in case.
That's
The fusion dance is Gogeta.
yeah.
I thought they did good. Well, I'll check right
Yeah,
now.
Gogeta's now canon, but he's still only a movie fusion. They still haven't shown him in the show.
Dude, Dragon Ball Super Broly is like
It's still a movie, Kevin.
continuation.
It's still a movie. I'm not wrong. He's still a movie character. I said
canon.
he's canon, but he's not a show character yet. Has been shown in the show. He's
By the
still
way,
a
I want to
movie.
get that straight. Canon is literally not a word with Dragon Ball.
I know.
Because there's the manga universe,
Yeah.
and then there's the anime universe,
And
then
then the
there are
movie
the movie
universe.
universes.
Yeah. The Dragon Ball Broly Super movie, it takes place in the Super Universe.
The creator has not once ever said in an interview, he's never said the word canon. He's
Yeah.
only referred to the two as the anime adaptation, or the anime version and the manga version.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. I mean,
Well,
I
there's
still
two
will use
canons.
I
Yeah.
still will use the word canon,
Yeah.
right? But
Well,
like,
yeah, canon for Dragon Ball really just means
But yeah.
manga or anime, you pick.
Yeah, but what I was getting at is Gogeta has not been shown in the show.
yes.
Or the manga.
Has he not been?
He has not been in
the
the show.
manga?
Nope, he has not. He has only been in
Because
movies.
he's only been in movies or
Okay.
like fillers.
So
Alright.
even in manga canon, he does not exist.
Other than the Broly movie, what is your favorite Dragon Ball movie?
Broly. No, I'm kidding.
It's fine.
The first one?
Bio Broly.
Ew.
That was such a horrible movie.
I think
Ew.
honestly, I really like the second Broly movie. I like that
With
one a lot.
Gohan?
Yeah, with Gohan fighting Broly,
I don't know.
As an adult,
because Broly was more tame. He was more tame in that fight, which was actually kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had more control over what he was doing.
until like the very end, and then
Yeah.
he loses.
Yeah,
It's just like,
and then he gets blown the fuck up. But but out of all the Dragon Ball movies, yeah, I would have to say the second Broly movie is probably my favorite, besides the
You
Super.
go. I'm thinking.
I'm thinking of the Janemba movie. It was at first Cooler's Revenge.
Fuck Cooler's Revenge.
I like
Why?
I
No,
like
it was
Cooler
it
a
was
lot
good.
more.
I wait. Cooler's Revenge is the first one or the
Yeah,
second one?
First one.
Okay, I thought you were
Not
talking about the second one.
Metacooler.
Yeah, Metacooler.
Yeah,
I hated that.
I don't like Metacooler.
No one liked Medical.
Yeah, no. The first Cooler movie was really good. Yeah.
That's where Cameron got like his favorite move, Supernova.
Oh, okay.
He loves that.
Dude,
Like,
in Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's in Xenoverse.
No, that wasn't Supernova. It was something else. It was a beam. It was a flash attack. I forgot what it was called though. It was off a movie though.
Well, he loves the part where Cooler just rips through Goku's Kamehameha.
Yeah, where he travels through it and he just comes out the end of it and he's like, "Wah!" I was
That
like,
was dope.
I like
Because
his
I don't think that really
transformation.
happened at that point.
no, that never happened until
The-
that point.
The Janemba movie would be my.
No, that's not
second
true. It
favorite.
happened in Broly. Broly didn't fly through it. He walked through
I
it.
think Cooler came before Broly's movie did. Because that was
You might
right
be
after
right.
Ninja
Yeah,
Saga.
yep, you're right. You're
I
right.
think Broly happened just after the Cell Saga.
Yeah.
Because Gohan was a teenager.
Yeah, Trunks was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite movie other than Super Broly would have to be the Janemba. Movie.
Yeah? Why?
Just because of it has my favorite move in it, which is the soul,
Stardust Breaker?
The Stardust Breaker. Let's say the Soul Reaper
God,
for some reason.
Can't. I don't know why I just remember that like instantly.
Yeah,
Stardust Breaker. Yeah.
That's my favorite move.
Don't they use that on Broly?
Broly, yeah, they do in the Super Broly movie.
Just wipes him.
Almost, dude.
They bullied him as Gogeta. They really just.
Well, he was doing the same to them.
They
Let's
really
be
just
fair.
bullied him.
Like,
Yeah.
who wouldn't? Like, that's like if you were getting bullied on a playground by somebody way taller than you, and you were to just, like, grow 5 feet in that moment. Would you not stare back at them and go, ha! And kick them?
You say that, but then you got like fucking Frieza, who's in his final form shorter than Vegeta, and he's just holding him up by his neck. He's just punching him in the back. He's like, blah! Take this bitch! Blah!
And he versus Broly, and he's like, oh my god!
Frieza might be my favorite, like, just absolute, like, complete villain. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, he's so good.
He
hilarious.
is just the perfect, like, he's irredeemable garbage.
Yeah.
He kills kids. He genocides
He
races.
loves every
He's a
second of it.
racist.
You monkeys.
You monkey.
Yeah, his sub laugh is my favorite.
Like, you filthy monkey.
I wonder why they don't do that in the dub, because I feel like his
Monkey?
no
They're not so good anymore.
no his
No, the laugh.
Oh.
It wouldn't work.
I think
that
he
well
did
with
it.
his
I think he
voice.
does it in the Super like once or twice. The original.
Yeah,
dub,
but it's
yeah.
more like it's like ho 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 ho.
Yeah, it's just different voice actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still like the.
Sounds like Goofy when he's falling.
He does it so much in the sub, and I love it. Like Dispo, I think gets shot in the shoulder and the turn into power, and he looks back, just this person just walks up. I'm like, God dang it!
First is like, that's kind of funny.
His dance is ironically kick-ass.
Oh, the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
where
Like,
he's like
where-
posing
yeah,
with his
'cause-
legs
yeah.
crossed.
Yeah, because he's like trying to be like a god, like
Yeah.
Jesus. You know
But
what I'm
it's
saying? But
awkwardly like what's the right word? Like elegant.
Yeah.
It's awkwardly
it's
elegant.
Awkwardly elegant. For sure, for sure.
So let's jump on because we're almost 2 hours into this.
Hey,
Cameron needs
30
to go-
minutes on each of our favorites.
Cameron needs to go to bed.
I
It
think-
is 9:10.
Yeah, I gotta be up at 5, Kevin.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I guess mine is
That was
My Hero
Ghostbusters.
Academia. Good night. No, I'm kidding.
No, My Hero is my favorite thing ever. It's not just my favorite
Thing?
anime thing
Thing.
ever.
This started Kevin in anime, and you know why?
Why?
Because I was sitting there, Kevin
Oh.
was talking smack about anime, and I was like, bro, I know you don't like it, but a new episode of this brand new show I'm watching just came out, and it's pretty kick-ass, so I'm going to watch it. So
Yeah.
I'm ahead with everybody, and he's like, okay.
It was the creator's intention, but My Hero does feel very American.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I was watching it, and it was the final episode of the last episode of season 1, All Might versus Nobu, and Kevin's sitting there watching it with me, and he was like, at the
that
end of
was
it, Kevin
such a
was
good
like,
fight.
yeah. At the end of it, Kevin was like, that was really good. And I was like, you like it? And he goes, yeah. We binge watched that entire season that night together. Like, dude, I was like so happy. I was like, I finally got Kevin into anime. Like, he likes this anime. Thank God.
I think I don't know, man. I don't think it was that episode when it came out because I remember you showing me the clip, right? But like you were on season 2.
Oh,
of the
yeah.
new
No,
episode.
it was the new. I think it was right before Stain. I think it was
Yeah,
right
it was.
before
What happened
Midoriya was
before
going to fight Stain.
What happened before Stain that was so interesting?
The Tournament of Power. Okay, it's not the Tournament of Power. the tournament.
It's the Nomus. It was showing the Nomus ripping up the train and
Fighting
shit.
Endeavor?
Huh?
No,
No, that
no,
was
no,
later?
no.
Because the Endeavor Nomu fight was not the end season where he gets
yeah,
one
yeah.
got
guy.
me into the show with that. He showed that clip to me on YouTube. You're remembering it, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You showed the clip to me on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, this looks actually kind of cool."
Yeah.
And so he's like, "All right," and he watches his episode with Nicole, and then like he's like, "Oh, I gotta go," and it's while we're watching like the second episode. He's like, "I gotta go to my parents really quick because of this and this and this. I'll probably be back in like a couple hours." And it was like 10 at that point. He leaves and he comes back at like 2 a.m. and he opens the door and I'm already like finished with like how far the second season was. And I'm like, dude, I love this show.
Dude, Kevin, I was so happy walking in that door. I was like, Kevin is in love with this anime. I have somebody else I can talk to besides Mark. I love you, Mark, but Kevin.
I mean, like when I watched all that like show, I went home and I watched it again. I was like, I need to watch it again. And then I got so into it, I started reading the manga, and then I started researching about the creator and all this stuff.
How he didn't want to release it in America, and both
one
Naruto
thing
and Dragon
I do
Ball guy
love
were like, "Yes,
about
do
all three
it."
of our shows is like I could watch them.
Oh yeah,
repeatedly.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have no issue watching any of these.
I still
constantly.
rewatch Naruto fights on the constant.
Naruto fights, Dragon Ball fights. I turn on that Goku Kaioken times 20. I turn on the All Might versus Nomu fight all the freaking
so good.
time.
Yeah.
I love when they first show like Endeavor really for like seriously fighting the fodder Nomus, not
Yeah.
the big one,
Gotcha.
and he just grabs its skull and just it turns blue.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Cameron arguing with somebody about like some guy who was like, Endeavor shouldn't be this number 2 hero. He's like the worst. He's never even shown any feats that he can do.
One thing-
and then Cameron was like,
It doesn't sound
Dude,
like Cameron.
No. Cameron didn't say that.
Yeah, I
Somebody
was
he
arguing
talking-
against somebody.
He was like, no, Endeavor's. He's shown why he's the number 2 hero. He's like, no, he hasn't. He brings up the gif of him incinerating that Nomu's fucking head. He's like, look at
Who's
that.
supposed to be above him?
Oh my.
Oh, it's number 1.
Yeah.
Endeavor's number 2.
Yeah. No, I forgot who I was talking to. I feel like it's Trace. I don't know why.
It goes All
But-
Might in a league of his own.
Yeah.
Endeavor in a league of his own, but not
Yeah.
All Might's league, and everyone else falls below that.
I could be wrong. Trace, you can hate me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it was Trace. I don't know why, but I feel like that's an argument I would have
It
with
was
Trace.
probably Trace. I wouldn't
But
doubt
yeah,
it.
no, I all I know in that argument was somebody was like, yeah, no, he doesn't show any feats of being the number 2 hero, and I was like, he fries a Nomu's brain that can regenerate almost
also-
instantly and kills it, and he goes, no, he
also-
doesn't, and I sent the gift, and I was like, yes, he does,
There was some flying Nomu.
and he
he's
just
like,
fucking spears it.
But before that, he's like running up the building
Yeah.
by melting it.
Melting,
It's like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Not only that, is he wasn't even supposed to be in that city. He went looking for Stain
He is so...
and killed Nomu ranked creatures, which are super powerful.
Like
3 of
nothing.
them, like nothing.
He is so in sync with his own abilities. He has perfected his quirk.
Yeah, it's insane.
And that's what
And
I love.
It's to the point where he can literally like
He shapes
maneuver.
it.
He can maneuver.
He can solidify
wiring
fire. He can solidify
into
fire.
wire form from his fingertips.
Yeah, that's
and
fucking
be
crazy.
accurate as
Yeah.
fuck with cubing objects.
A
Yeah.
whole skyscraper.
He cubed it in an instant.
I know, it's fucking crazy, and you can't tell me even out in season 2 what's happened in season 2. You can't tell me that he does not deserve the number 1 spot with All Might being retired. There's no way he doesn't, because dude, All Might was having trouble with that first Nomu. If All Might was in the same state as he was then, I feel like he would have lost, and it's
yeah.
only because All Might's not as strong. All Might in his prime, no. Well, fuck the Nomu.
All Might
but
in his primes. Well, he said it would take 5 hits in his prime,
yeah.
which is nothing when you see how fast he hits.
Yeah.
No,
While
he's on the
he's
ground.
losing his power and dying.
Well, he said it took well over 1,000. So
Yeah.
like he was launching out shots.
Yeah.
So like my favorite hero in all of comic books is All Might. I love his whole getup. I love his character.
I am here.
I love his like to the voice from dub and sub both. I love it. And like, oh my god, I love.
Oh,
My heart always skips a beat when he goes,
Back-
Young Midori!
yeah.
Jumping back a few conversations about sub and dubs, Jason tells me all this time, and I 100% agree with him. The best sub and dub voice actor for one specific character was Pain from Naruto. Both of them did fucking perfect. They were so good.
Oh, we had to call back to that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
because
yeah.
now that we're mentioning voice actors in both sub and dub, the Pain voice actor for
Well, give some
both
love
of
to
them.
your
Oh my
boy.
god,
Your favorite boy.
Lemillion Mirio Toga. I love that motherfucker.
I was telling Cameron the other day because he did not notice it, but
This excited me when he told me this. I
during
was like,
the
that's fucking
overhaul
cool.
arc, when he's holding Eri, after I think he loses his ability, she's covering all of his zeros and leaving only the one exposed.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
so
simple.
cool.
Dude.
He's the one and only person he got to save at that point, but it meant
Yeah.
the world to him.
Yeah. And dude, freaking when it comes to my favorite character being in sad or happy moments, that's the only time where it makes me like teary-eyed and almost cry in anime. Like with
Oh, dude.
with
Barry and
freaking.
Lemillion in general.
Oh my god,
That
with
Lemillion fight was so good.
with Night Eye, with Night Eye dying and everybody just standing around there crying, I was like, oh, that's sad. And then Mirio busts in,
Oh my
sir,
God, stop it!
you can't leave.
Stop it!
I was just like,
Stop it! Right
I was
now.
like, Mirio, stop. I was like, I was working through this really well.
No, dude, I bawled my eyes out as soon as I saw him coming through.
Oh
like,
my
I saw
God.
his feet, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, and he's
no.
all dragging his
like, That's
feet.
when my heart stopped. I was like, oh god,
And
it's
then
coming.
the next scene that almost made me cry in the show is when Mirio is at the concert with
And
Eri, and he's holding her up, and she's smiling, and he's all, she's smiling, and he starts crying. I was like, oh.
He's like, are you looking for Dory?
One of my favorite.
I was on my
scenes
baby.
that Cameron didn't bring up. I wish there wasn't any dialogue between each of these parts, but Overhaul shoots out these pillars at him, and he goes, "You're powerless!" And Mira just comes up. I wish he didn't talk during this. Socks him or throws the guy at him, then socks him in the face, and goes, "I am still Lemillion."
Yeah, I fucking love it.
Oh man, that was dope. Yeah, because
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
it doesn't matter to him
No.
if he has the power.
No.
He's still a hero.
My favorite thing.
And that's actually and that's
No, you're
actually
good.
something that like resonates really hard with like what Deku would have
Yeah.
been. Yeah, so it's cool that Mirio takes the reverse track to Deku. He's
Yeah.
basically the better version of him
Deku,
at that
yeah.
point.
What
yeah.
what I really like about Mirio too was like 100% Mirio was gonna beat the fuck out of Overhaul if he didn't lose his powers,
Yeah.
because Mirio was too fast. Overhaul couldn't react. Overhaul would go to do his ground break thing, and Mirio would just like ha ha, bah, and then punch him in the face. He's like, why?
I remember when he lost his power, like, I think it was before he threw it, because he backed up before he made the ground spikes. He was like, he's like, now you're powerless, you can't do anything. And he like goes up, and he just instantly, like, with the arm Chizaki's about to touch him with, he just decks it, and he breaks his arm.
Yeah.
By punching it, you could see his arm bend.
Yeah.
And from the
He has to take it off and repair it.
Yeah, he has to like break his arm off and repair it. But like after getting hit with that, he was like, "Oh, what are you?"
I just love how like Mirio's whole thing when he's charging at him, he's like, remember what Sir says, predict his next move, and then like dives under his hand, and then bah! I was like, dude, he's badass.
Dude, okay, so
And that was after he lost his power, right?
Yeah,
shame on the animation studio. Shame on you
for not doing
not
that whole fight.
animating Lemillion's fight and just taking screenshots basically from the manga panels.
Oh,
Shame
they did
on
do a lot
you.
of pausing.
Yeah.
Shame on you. That I get it. The budget for Midoriya is 100%.
Okay.
Oh, it's because they went hard on that budget.
scene.
I get
They
it.
went
I get
hard
it.
on that.
I get it.
That, like, because you had to top what Mirio just did.
Yeah, but
And they did it.
well, they forced themselves to top that because most of his fight, other than the couple punches he lays on
Overall.
Shizuki,
Yeah, she's
before he like, you know, actually starts getting the upper hand, it's all fine. And I'm like, oh, dude, I can't wait for like the moments in the manga panels, like the in betweens that I didn't see what he did, and it just cuts to the manga panels, and I'm like, why are you guys trashing such a good moment?
And then you see why in the next episode.
Well, like, even when I saw
Budget
why,
cut.
I was like, you should have put half of that budget
Yeah.
into Lemillion's fight.
Really upset about, mainly because I fell in love with Mirio. Because Cameron's like, yeah, this character reminds me a lot of you. You're going to love him. And I was like, all right, I did. I fell in love with Mirio right away.
Yeah, I told Jason this is gonna be your favorite, and he was like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, it reminds me of you. You're going to love him. I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. But one thing I got mad at Mirio about was like, okay, listen, though. If you phase through the bullet and just go and punch that guy in the face more, you win. You're going to save a lot more people. Just getting it done
Yeah.
and out of the way right now.
Yeah.
I get why. I get the hero mentality of why he didn't. I understand your point too, but I get both sides. If he would have absolutely known all that bullet did was take away your power, I'm almost definite he would have been like, bah! Like,
Well,
who
Sunny
cares?
oh, wait, he went ahead.
Yeah, he
Okay.
never saw
Yeah.
any of that.
Okay.
And you got to remember, they were talking about the bullets, but they didn't know if they were perfected. All that was going through Mirio's head is he's got a gun and she's gonna get shot. Yeah, that was all that was going through his head.
Jason is right. For the greater good.
Yeah, no, Jason's right. I'm not saying he's wrong, but I get what Mirio was thinking. But if Mirio had that knowledge, I'm almost definite what Jason's saying would have happened.
Yeah.
Because Mirio would have just been like, oh, she's just going to lose her powers. We'll figure that out later.
Because they can make a vaccine for this.
Yeah.
It's been said. He's like, we can make a cure.
Yeah, Overhaul says that. He says, and that was his plan. Yeah, that was Overhaul's plan. He was going to sell the bullets to the villains and then create a cure and sell it to the heroes to make a monopoly.
It might not even work on Aerie.
Yeah.
There's a chance it could just not work.
Yeah, because it's made from her blood.
Yeah, it could just mix with her. But of course, if only he had that knowledge, what Jason's saying would have definitely happened. I get the only reason why he didn't. It's because in Mirio's head, he's like, "You're the one I'm saving."
They needed Deku to get past him somehow. And had they not done that with Mirio
would have taken out.
Mirio's still the star of the show.
Yeah.
It's because by the time Midoriya would have showed up, he would have had both Overhaul and that guy done.
Yeah. Fun fact: the voice actor for Lemillion has actually saved a little girl.
Really?
Yeah. She was drowning in a pool, and he thought she was dead. He dragged her out and started doing CPR on her out of the crowd of people, and he revived this girl.
That's awesome.
She's
That's
3 years old, but he was like, that's one of the most emotional times of my life.
Sub or dub?
Oh, dub.
Dub here.
Dub.
Well, I didn't know which one.
Dub. Oh, I thought you meant which one do I like better.
Oh,
no. He's talking about the
which
voice
actor did it? Dub?
Dub.
Okay.
I really do love their dub. Their sub's really good.
Their dub's really
good. But their dub's top notch.
I at first said that the Cowboy Bebop was better. I take that back. This one's like
Cowboy Bebop is pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Honorable mention.
The best, translation-wise, and just like all the side characters really do have memorable voices.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Like, even the ones you don't like, you can always, identify them by their voices. You're like, oh, that's Froppy, that's Mineta. Even though a lot of people hate Mineta, you can still identify him from his voice. Like Deku, he's super identifiable.
So,
All Might, Zawa.
I remember at one point you were telling me that, the most useless character you think of My Hero is Denki Kaminari. I was telling Jason about it. Did you ever play that My Hero app game I sent you?
No.
Dude. Denki Kaminari is the best character in that game.
Yeah.
And I was like, if he was like this in the anime, it'd be devastating. He has a move, dude, where he just does a front flip and launches a fucking thunderbolt into the air, and it comes down and just goes and just shit ton of damage. And I was like, dude, imagine.
Is that game?
It's really good. I enjoy it a lot.
Can you freely move in that game?
Yeah. That you have the option of either pathfinding or free move. Pathfinding just helps you get to the places easier, or you can decide just to move around yourself.
What is there hidden around if you freely move? Is there Easter eggs and shit?
Yeah. You can not Easter eggs, but you find loot and shit, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, to upgrade your characters and all that.
It does suck a little bit that some characters seem to have massive drawbacks to their abilities. Like Mineta, Denki, I think the thorn-haired chick has some weird problem with her too.
Yeah.
Invisible Girl, and then there's other people like Todoroki who has no issue.
Yeah, fucking Bakugo,
no issue.
Yeah, no issue.
Somehow exploding things out of your hand has no drawbacks to your bones.
Yeah, it does. That's literally his drawback. It causes him, if he does it too much and too often.
And
with the All Might fight.
It shows it when they first All Might.
Yeah.
That's the very first time, he very first mentions it at the tournament, at the sports festival.
No, it was his All Might fight. Was the All Might fight before the festival?
No. But the sports festival, he's talking about how the drawbacks to people's bodies are like a video game.
I don't know why, but I feel like he fought All Might before the festival.
It was after. It was at the end of the second season.
You might be right.
Yeah, because Todoroki was the first person to approach Deku about something going on with All Might and Deku.
Yeah, you're right.
Bakugo came after that. That's when he started piecing some things together during the fight.
I just love All Might. He's in the air and he's like, Young Midoriya's making it. Oh, just punches the air and ass butts him.
He flies into Midoriya's back and fucking breaks it.
Dude,
you see that, I don't know why it was so effective, but that cracking effect behind Midoriya when they make contact, I was like, ooh, that would suck.
Yeah, also I was telling Cameron what I thought was funny with, the sports festival, Bakugo and Kirishima fight, and Bakugo gets, an explosion off close range that, breaks Kirishima a bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's funny because he blasts All Might right in the face and All Might has no issue.
All Might just like.
So All Might has a stronger skin density than Kirishima does.
Well, like, okay, so when in the anime, when
Yeah.
Bakugo shows his drawback, it's when he loses his gauntlets. The reason the gauntlets help him.
Yeah,
because
they have
store
sprigs.
Yeah, they store up everything
Okay.
he builds.
Yeah.
And they have like compressors in his.
But then
gauntlets.
also that too is lame. That Denki still suffers massive drawbacks. When,
Yeah.
there's nothing he
It's
can have.
actually the shitty part about Denki. I feel his quirk is better, but he tends to use it all at once. The thing is, the reason why he always goes dumb, it's because he decides, oh, I'm gonna use my best technique right off the bat, and it's like, dumbass, you have all these things in your arsenal where you can just like
He
shoot
is
electricity.
A good kamikaze,
Yeah,
though.
but
If
that's
you want that AOE hit.
that's literally like that's Denki's drawback is he's kind of dumb because he just goes right in going everything I got, and it's like, dude, you,
I challenge
Stop
anybody
that.
to bring up a character that can be even less effective than Kaminari out of the video game, like in the anime. I challenge that because you could bring up Invisible Girl. She still has combat training. Like in the most recent episodes of season 5, you actually see her fuck
Well,
up somebody.
It
Yeah.
depends if you're talking about person against person, because Denki beats a fair amount of students if he really just. Well, it's a tie though. That's the sucky part.
yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't absolutely beat them, and like the thing
They
is,
just tie, but like if the amount of voltage actually killed the person, then he wins.
Well,
Yeah.
because he should kill them with that amount of energy that he puts out.
Yeah,
Invisible
the
Girl
amount he
is
says.
silent. Also, like she's super stealthy.
no,
She can
he's
be when
not.
she's
He's not
evil.
trying to say
No,
that
I know,
he's better
I know.
than Invisible
I'm just
Girl.
continuing on my points.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
like she can fight. For one, we can see that in the newest season she can fight.
Yeah.
We can see like even they mentioned her passing the entrance exams because she was stealthy and would press a button on each of the big robots.
Like,
to
like
Yeah.
I said
power
in the
them
Demon
down.
Slayer podcast, lightning-based characters just always get the short end of the stick.
Yeah,
Kakashi,
Yeah,
short end of
Yeah.
the stick for
Yeah.
fights even.
yeah,
Denki, all the time.
yeah. But like,
and like I feel like I was saying, if Denki kind of, if he worked on his quirk more instead of just going right away, blah,
he should
full
just be a tech
force.
guy.
I didn't like the disc thing. I think they brought in at the very end of the
I
series.
cumbersome.
I
bro. It's
hate-
just too big.
No, well,
seems
it's not
weird.
just
didn't
that. I
like it.
hate that like his quirk is so bad that he can't even control the direction. He has to have a thing. I'm just like, then
I'm
what's
waiting
the
for them
point
to
of having an
evolve it.
electric quirk?
I'm waiting
yeah.
for them to like
I don't
evolve it to
think
where
they
he can just be
will,
like,
though.
just like in one finger, just shoot out a fucking lightning
Well,
bolt.
there is a character. I think it's in season 5 somewhere. I think they bring up a character that has his ability pretty much. I think it might be his dad.
Yeah.
But he seems to have good control over it. But it's weird that Denki has like nothing. But it's weird, like if your dad's that good at it, you can't.
Well,
Maybe
that-
it's
train with
because
him.
he's still. So
It makes me
young that it
wonder
just
how
hasn't
Denki got into the
adapted
hero
fully.
course then. Like,
Well,
was he just
because-
locking up the robots and just going?
Yeah, he gets short circuit them pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He has like radio abilities and shit too
Yeah.
because of his electricity.
And he can charge people's phones.
Yeah.
That
He's
would
all.
ruin your phone. But yeah,
Yeah.
your phone would melt if it got fully charged in a second.
Oh
The show
my
does
God.
have the most creative cast of characters that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
In the
What do you
sense-
mean?
In the sense of like,
Originality. That guy had to
Originality.
make so many fucking powers.
I don't think most of the powers are like insane. Some of them are silly. Like, and some of them feel like they're only
Midoriya?
there
No,
for
I'm
an
kidding.
episode.
yeah. Well, like in a
And
world
it's a
of
little
powers,
lame.
how are you going to continue?
Even though it's still
Yeah.
even though it's still for an episode, like what Kevin was just saying, it's to keep that up constantly. It's kind of rough.
Not only that, but you see characters from even class 2B
Like-
get upgrades to their powers in this
Shinzo.
new
Like
season.
I have
Shinzo
an
gets an
ability that
upgrade.
lets me
Shinzo's awesome.
bend
Yeah.
walls. Yeah, well, good thing we bought freaking rock lock
Oh,
that can solidify ya. It's like it's so random.
But it is cool. Like when
Sun
he threw
Eater.
that board across the rooftops and like froze it. in
Sun
place
Eater's
to use it
ability
as,
is
like, a
badass.
stick.
You
It's
can't
funny.
tell me it's not.
I think it's funny in a weird way.
Sun Eater's ability is badass.
Yeah.
Backham's ability, I like that a lot. I wasn't expecting him to
They-
have
they-
that
they'll all
kind
be
of...
all ripped all of a sudden. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, buddy."
I didn't expect him to just be like, you know, fucking build up a power all the time.
I like how what's his face too was like, "Drop the shield." He's like, "No, you idiot,
But,
you're gonna
um,
die."
One thing I don't like that I haven't liked since the beginning. I told Cameron is that it really just feels like they're setting Midoriya up to become Superman.
Kinda.
Just all these new abilities and stuff. Because like we saw the whip thing,
Yeah.
which All Might's never
And
had.
they tell them in that scene like, you're gonna have it's manifesting. All these powers are gonna manifest.
And it's
within you.
I just feel like okay, they're just setting him up to be like ridiculous, and it's just gonna blow away
But
everyone
it's
else.
cool.
It-
It's so cool.
It's cool, but Superman is cool.
I can tell you right now, without like spoiling even too much, like the theory that you're going with, Midoriya's approaching that point, and he's still not better than Endeavor. Like he's not insane yet.
Well, you're talking about someone who has had a few decades to
No,
master. their quirk.
I know, but like you got Superman who kind of like.
Well, Superman, if he gets a new ability, he still has all the other things he knows and how to do until he can figure out how best to utilize that new ability.
The thing about Deku though is like, he's not invincible. He's just, he could get his ass handed to him if he lets his guard down.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes him so interesting
He's just
is,
smart as fuck.
Yeah,
He knows what he's
just
doing.
super smart.
That's his quirk. His quirk's apparently smart. No, I'm kidding.
Being smart.
Being smart.
Taking notes.
Well, all that stuff was just like hey, this is gonna really help him when he's a hero.
Even the movies for My Hero are awesome.
Izuku
I
Midoriya,
love it.
quirk and note taking.
Yeah, it's not like a bad thing, but it's just like it feels a little like okay. Like,
In a world where muttering is a superpower.
Midoriya's the best.
Whoa! I love how he's just a rabbit now. Like, that's his costume. He's just a rabbit. Just...
freaking what's his name? Like the announcer guy, Liga Mike or whatever.
Mike? President Mike?
President Mike, yeah. He's just out here getting all upset. The mutterings of power.
All right.
He's like, I gotta scream this out.
Before we rate this, I just want to tell everybody who's listening and stayed this long. You want to find out who Aizawa is married to. It's not in the manga or the anime, but Google has the answer. If you type in, who's Aizawa married to?
Don't tell him the answer either.
Oh, I'm not.
Okay.
But just say, who's Aizawa married to? And it will show you who Aizawa is married to, and you're not going to believe who it is.
It's President Mike.
Good night, Chicago.